Professor win this game with exact lethal if he flips the coin. Professor, can he do it?
It's a tie and he gets the win!
Counting it twice. He's wiping tears out of his eyes, celebrating, popping bottles right now. And there it is. Clutch is your 2021 Community Tour Player of the Year. Welcome everybody to the 2022 Player of the Year tournament sponsored by Aqua.xyz and brought to you by Team Infinite Mana. I am Copper Pitch, and joining me today we've got the SamBam in the house, ready to break down the finals. Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm actually really excited. We get to see 4 of the best players in the game duke it out. So there's the most money on the line coming up, so I'm expecting the best play. How about you, Copper?
I'm wearing a tie.
Oh,
You see that? I'm trying to one up you today.
you look pretty handsome there.
But you still look great, Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got 2 matches for you guys. We're going to be watching the 3rd place match first. That is going to be Clutch, the previous 2021 Player of the Year, and he's going to be going up against Infinite Mana's HPain. After we watch that, those guys are live already, but they're on a 10-minute delay, so we're going to jump into their match any second now. And then after that, we are going to be watching the Player of the Year 2022 get crowned as cautionfun goes up against JKAN. Anybody in this top 16 could have been in the finals. There are a whole slew of the best players in the game. I think this was the best, hardest field ever assembled. And now we're down to 2. cautionfun against JKAN. What do you think is going to happen?
I kind of gave my prediction yesterday, just as far as the decks they're bringing, and I still think JKAN may be a bit of a favorite, in my opinion, just as far as how their lists match up. But we took a poll, and it looks like JKAN is actually the underdog by about quite a bit. So I believe cautionfun was voted over 66% to win. But what do you think?
I mean, I think that the people have spoken, and they're looking at cautionfun there. And look, the way he's played in this event, the way he made his decks, I've said it before, the way he's just, every single thing he's done has been so intentional. I love watching him play. I think it's been a joy to see his deck lists. It's just been so strong. I mean, he did have one top deck. I will say he had one top deck. That did save his life, but he still swept, so it wasn't like that one top deck is the only reason he's here. But every other game he's just been on point, and I mean, even the top deck, you know, maybe he's playing to his outs, and he gets there.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with cautionfun. I mean, it's probably 51-49 at best. It's
Right.
these guys are both so good. They both had to fight through an insane field. Caution had to take down Clutch, who took him out of the Player of the Year tournament last year, and he went on to win. So maybe Caution will have taken out Clutch and then go on to win. What a storyline that would be. He had to take out Nackarub and VilliBesti. That is no easy feat. Meanwhile, JKAN had to take out HPain. He had to take out FakeMews, and he had to take out Anti. Everyone had to take out a slew of killers in order to get here. And meanwhile, we're actually about to watch the 3rd place match, which is Clutch, who was the 2021 Player of the Year, and he's going to be playing against HPain. So let's break down that matchup, because we're about to jump into that.
Okay, so it looks like both HPain and Clutch ban Light, which I thought was pretty interesting, but I guess it plays pretty well into their lists. HPain's going to have really greedy Control War, that greedy Control Death deck we saw yesterday, and a really fast Hidden Rush Deception list, which I think he may be a bit of a favorite. Just because his control lists are greedier and his aggro deck is faster. Clutch also has a deception list that's a bit slower. It has more of a top end on it. His war deck is not as greedy. And his magic deck, it's tempo magic, but it's a top end, right? It had Therial and 2 demos. So I'm curious to see how it goes, and they're both 2 of the best players in the game, so it's probably 51-49, like you said.
Yeah, these guys are really good, and honestly, I'm a little bit shocked that we see double light ban. Every single player brought a war deck. No other god was brought unanimously. Everyone knows that war is phenomenal, and yet we've seen a lack of war bans, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, we have. And maybe war just thrives on ladder, kind of picking on mid-range lists, but in this format, it's been heavy control or just hyper aggro. So I'm curious to see how control war performs, because we haven't seen much of it. We've seen a lot of aggro, right? Just base Morg Slayer, and we've also seen some OTK lists, but I'm a big fan of control war. It is one of my favorite decks to play. But we will see how it goes.
Yeah, so it looks like the players are now live. And of course, Twitch is making me watch 18 ads. But you guys want to see Bounty quicker picker up here? Here we go. Just in time, the ads have gone away. We've got both hands. Big shouts to the players for getting all of this stuff set up with us. We will be watching both hands in both matches. We've got Clutch's perspective here going up against HPain. This is your third place match. Let's go.
So Hidden Rush into Hidden Rush, and Clutch is going first. That's definitely an advantage. That being said, HPain's list is quite a bit faster. Tops out with 2 blades at 5, and everything else is 4 lower. HPain has 2 5-drops, but a few more 4-drops. 7 4-drops. So it'll be interesting to see. That hand looks terrifying.
Indeed, indeed. Are you guys hearing double music? Maybe I'm just hearing things. Maybe not. All right.
So cats into dark knives is something that Hidden Rush cannot deal with. And once you get it going, it's just that guaranteed 1 point of damage, and if you can get through to face, it is 5 damage a turn that, yeah, just can't deal with it. It's rough.
Sorry, why did he pip into Lurker? That's what chat wants to know.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. If he establishes cat, maybe he wants, I don't know. He may not have had the deck list up. He definitely does. I'm sure he has a reason. Maybe he was hoping for another 1-drop. He is running 9.
Wow.
It seems like a bit of a slower turn 2 than it needed to be. Yeah, he pushes 2 less damage face, and he could pip Dark Knives Armor Lurker this turn. So maybe a bit of a misplay, but we'll see how punished he gets going first and having that ridiculous draw.
Well, there is the Pyramid Warden that people said maybe he was worried about. Squid says the decks are almost exactly the same. HPain runs Arms Dealer over Feral Shapeshifter.
Yeah, and the Arms Dealer is significantly more damage face. It's less reactive and it's more proactive. It is a 4 mana 3/3, I believe. Comes down with Hidden. It takes 1 mana away at the start of your next turn, but it gives every creature on the board +1 attack. The Feral Shapeshifters are interesting, but with Loki Disciple and Avatar Deception, do you need 4 4/4s? So, a mistake I've made is playing Assassin's Aim on an Armor Lurker, which you just can't do. It's not +3 attack, -1 damage. It's -1 health, which just drops the health by 1 and you kill your Armor Lurker.
There's a famous FakeMews clip where he's screaming at somebody for playing an Assassin's Aim after playing like 2 Dark Knives on a cat. Like Dark Knives, Dark Knives, Assassin Aim. It's just... The saddest, funniest clip I've ever seen.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I think Assassin's Aim used to be different back. I mean, it was different way back in the day. It used to actually, I don't even remember what it did. It used to like draw a card and give hidden, I think. It was just
wow.
give hidden, draw a card. And yeah, the fact that it now murders your own cats was a bit of a change for a while to get used to.
Yeah.
You don't expect it to kill your stuff. You just want to give it hidden and buff it, and then you forget, oh no, okay, yep, it was also going to.
Yeah, it's a really strong card. It's Dark Knives and your God Power kind of combined for 1 less mana. You hide your creature, and you give it 3 extra attack. I think it is maybe a tiny bit overtuned, but that's just me. And Clutch looks like he's in such a good spot here. Stone Skin for the front line. He has his cat that's going to push 5 damage next turn.
I both got cats.
Know
Yeah, this turn is just disgusting.
Oof, yeah.
That's gonna do it for that one, I think.
I think so.
I don't know how you come back from that move. That was just a brutal turn. Even the top deck was nice.
Yeah. Uses the ball as mana, goes all in. Way ahead in favor.
HPain does get down the Shadewalker. Big body, another Assassin's Aim. That's just unfair. That is gonna do it.
Yeah, that is it. And going first in these aggro matches, like you said yesterday, especially Hidden Rush, makes such a big difference. Getting initiative, applying pressure, it is and a cat with a knife is always dangerous.
Yeah, cat with a knife, definitely dangerous, but that means Clutch can no longer play his Hidden Rush deck, as he's now won with it. And the format is as follows. For those of you who do not know, it is best of 5. Each player had to submit 4 decks in advance, and each player could ban one of their opponent's decks. So Clutch can no longer play his Deception deck, and HPain can still play any of his 3 decks. So they're getting queued in already. That was a nice, quick in-between games here. They're getting into the next one already. Yes, okay. Finals is also best of 5, indeed. Same format for finals. Here we go. We got Clutch going to Magic, and HPain switches it up again to this Death deck, which we saw get farmed yesterday. He went 0-3 with this deck, and that is why he is in this match instead of the finals match, perhaps. This Death deck not strong enough?
I think JKAN's lists were a bit too fast for the Death deck. It can do well into aggro, and as we saw yesterday, it can also struggle. It excels against other control decks, and this Magic list we're going to see is quite a bit slower than JKAN's list, right? It has Therial, 2 demos, so it's going to have a bit less burn, which is exactly what Henry needs, right? He was so close to stabilizing. He made it to 7, almost to 8, just needed that return to cave. I think HPain is a favorite, or it's just how I feel.
We can't see HPain's hand because we're literally being forced to watch 4 of 4 ads right now. We just watched ads on 2 different Twitch channels literally 5 minutes ago, and now they're making us watch 4 of 4.
Do you think he forgot to shut his ads off? Because I know he likes to pump his ads.
HPain. That's right. I forgot about that. HPain famously has set his ads to be the absolute maximum.
That kills me. I get it. Like the extra money, great. But like, if I'm watching a stream and I just see more than 2 ads pop up, it's like, all right, this was fun, and I find something else to do.
Yeah.
I just don't have the attention span.
HPain. You gotta love him. I'm not logged into my account. That's why we're probably getting even more ads than usual. Well, I don't know, but I'm not logged in in this browser, so we're just getting whatever. People are telling me I should sub.
So HPain's hand is really, really good. The Jason's a bit slow. It's a tempo line, but he has V-Rock, he has Necroceptor. Clutch is running 0 Relicate, so that Necroceptor can carry him. We saw it do a lot of work against JKAN. He wasn't able to stabilize, but we will see with this lower magic deck if he can get there.
Yeah, I love the Necroceptor, and there's no answer for it right now. So nothing in the Sanctum, nothing in his hand, and now he gets it equipped. And now he's going to start spitting out either 1/1 or 2/2 zombies every single turn. And they have leech, so it does suddenly become a challenge to do damage. He's presumably either going to be healing a number of health throughout this game, or Clutch is going to have to start using his resources to deal with the leech creatures instead of hitting HPain in the face. So either way, it's like he's getting the heal in, even if he's wasting resources just to kill the healers, because that's something that's not hitting the face. So
right,
definitely huge.
And in this matchup, like every resource that's used not on face is a giant win. The more low-cost spells you can get on the board, that late game swing turn we saw yesterday where JKAN pushed, I think, 15 damage from hand, gets a lot less scary as more spells are used.
Absolutely. Here we see Clutch as 2 warp engineers, and he's got a worm breath he could reduce. He doesn't have anything else really, right? I mean, maybe the Rune Moth, just make it cheaper and play it on the same turn. Get a couple bodies out, has backline.
So he can draw 2 cards this turn just on the board. One from the V-Rock and then one from the Blade, which is really good. It's kind of scary drawing for the card draw magic deck or any aggro deck really. It's definitely a pretty big risk.
He does decide to reduce the worm breath.
I like that line. I like the line saving your warp engineers and kind of reducing the cost of your high damage spells, and then having one just big swing turn.
Yeah, HPain does run a. I was gonna say he runs Return to Cave, and there it is. He actually just top decked it. So,
yes.
Yeah, so that is why you want those big burst damage turns, because then your opponent can't react and heal in between. You kind of just do like 5 damage every single turn. Your opponent kind of knows what's happening, and they can just heal up. But if you can reduce a bunch of damage and then just do it all in one shot, you can easily do about 20 plus damage in a single turn.
Oh, absolutely. And we saw yesterday against JKAN that's all Clutch needed to stabilize was that Return to Cave, and he couldn't. All Henry needed to stabilize, and he couldn't find it. But I feel like at this point he's feeling very comfortable. As unreliable Kaya removal, which is still removal, he's getting body on the board every turn for free at this point. And he has board, right? He has had board. Still thinking he's a favorite. So he has 2 bifurcating curses, 2 Apocalypse Nows. He has a lot of resources to deal with the board. He has Neferu, he has Amazon Heart Eater, the Blades, of course, that we already saw. So I kind of like where he is, but he just needs to find one of those removals. Not being able to deal with the creatures on the board is going to be really tough for him because, like you said, 20 damage in a turn is quite a bit.
Yeah. And he's at 26, and he's going to eat 3 here playing Neferu, but that is a nice board clear.
Yeah, Neferu's fantastic. He doesn't even think about it. Clears the whole board, gets Frenzy, so he gets a 2/2 now. Clutch can't just ping off the zombies. I think that was a huge top deck for Clutch. For HPain.
And now Clutch gets the Unbound Flames top deck. You can always reduce those with Warp Engineers. That's the line that people prefer early on in matches at the very least, because then at 5 mana you can play an Unbound Flames empowered, but now that it's later in the match, do you still ever reduce your Unbound Flames?
I don't know if he has a better target at this point. He may save it for a Pyrrhic Knowledge or his other Worm Breath. But I mean, I kind of like this line. Shape Blast is kind of low value in this matchup.
So this is one of my favorite plays. Are we going to see HPain grab that Rolling Watcher? I loved, yep, and here it is. Heads up play. You look in the Sanctum. Your opponent has 8 cards. You grab that Rolling Watcher every time. Going to mill a card off Clutch's deck. You got to be careful. And heads up play by HPain. Immediately snatched it up. Found it. slammed it down.
So if Clutch loses Pyrrhic Knowledge or Worm Breath, that is a huge piece of his combo to go, and he only has a 1 Worm Breath in hand, so definitely sweating. Whew, not too bad.
Unbound
Tracking
Flames.
Bolt's also fairly low value.
What was that?
Tracking Bolt's also fairly low value. It's not a...
Yeah.
You don't really need the... Yeah.
Well, I love the Frost Queen Neferu, and by the way, we're going to be giving out a Shadow Frost Queen Neferu later today. We can't see the cards that HPain is grabbing. I can tell you, though, he's got an option for... He grabs Volca.
Okay.
He's looking at a Guardian of the Gates, but he could grab Hector or a Cadence of the Infinite Sands. He's hovering over the Cadence. No, he's going to go Hector, maybe? He's thinking. Back to Guardian of the Gates. That unlocks the mana lock and gives ward to your gods. And maybe he wants that ward, and he grabs it. So we didn't see what the first card was, but we did see the second two.
Yeah. That face ward is really helpful against Magic in particular.
Yeah, he didn't grab Hector, and Hector has Leech. If he plays demos, which there's a demo, so I mean, just top decks the demo. Maybe he didn't have the demo in hand, so he wasn't confident that it would get Leech by the time he got it. But I don't know. Maybe he just wants that ward. But the ward does feel pretty easy to ping off with Magic.
Yeah, so it's gonna slow down the OTK turn, right? The 1-turn kill. He's gonna have to spend the extra 2 mana, which is gonna make it a bit more expensive to squeeze in all 20 damage he can.
Kaya doing some damage, and then gets him frenzied, gets another big zombie on board. Those zombies have been putting in work.
I wonder if HPain is trying to bait out demo so he can demo, or just a creature, because Clutch is doing a really good job of keeping his side of the board empty, just kind of clearing everything with spells and pushing as much damage face as he can.
To be clear, it was the 9 mana Volca. Good question. Now there's multiple Volcas, and you do have to you do have to clarify. Volca, Champion of War, the 9 mana, does like 8 damage to every creature on board.
9 damage.
9 damage. Wow.
9/9 frontline roar deals its damage as AoE just to the enemy side of the board. Has Twin Strike and Overkill. Oof. So if you can get it to stick, it's a good card, but it dies to Hunting Trap. Yeah, for 9 mana. Interesting line here.
It's rid of Kaya. Gets a free rune of strength, though.
Which is good, but he leaves a zombie on the board, so HPain guaranteed to get frenzied again, gets to heal 2, and we can see the demo. That's just going to be fantastic. Takes out the Rune Moth 100% of the time, because awarded creatures don't fall to sleep anymore.
Yeah, that is an interesting interaction. A demo, it will pop the ward of the one, but because it's not sleeping, it can't get hit by the second piece of the demo's text, which is that it does damage to a sleeping creature.
Right. And that Volca's Discovery will break protected and kill his creature if he uses it. Unless he Rune of Strength first, but I don't know if that's... Oh, it's not sleeping. Right. We just talked about that. That's
the wand.
Yeah, I think maybe just to clear up space. But one of my favorite combos are the 0 cost rune into your Shadow Scryer. Get a 1 mana Pyramid Warden or Highborn Knight, and it is just so formidable.
Okay, nice line by Clutch.
This line.
Yeah, he clears the whole board. No heal on that demo. Very nice. And he gets that wand out of his hand, like you said, makes some space, and he can actually start drawing cards. He needs to find that burst turn real soon.
Yeah.
And he's kind of lacking right now. He's just got that Worm Breath.
Really nice top deck there. Puts HPain above 20, deals with the board, gets him out of that 1-turn kill range for the most part.
Alright, so now if you are HPain... Oh, he top decks... CERN. So the first card he grabbed was a CERN. So he can actually heal his demo. He can give order to... I don't know if I like this. If he gives order to Clutch's demo, double demo is going to wreak havoc.
So he does have Bifurcating Curse. He will clear the whole board, but I don't know if he's worried about Clutch healing a bit more or just him stabilizing and not dying. Because he kind of wins by Clutch drawing his deck and HPain staying out of that 20-24 damage range that he's going to be able to burst. 3, 6. Okay.
Oh, he's going to get to heal for 6. Or up to 6. And he kills the demo. Wow. His 2 demos killed the other demo. Yeah, very calculated indeed. That was, if there was one target you want to hit, that was it. Although here comes that Bifurcating Curse. And that's going to kill the zombies and the demo, but not the CERN. So...
yeah. And he's also going to reduce Clutch's favor, because anytime a zombie is put into the void, your opponent loses 2 favor if you have Necroceptor equipped.
So
and because
nasty.
HPain killed him himself, Clutch gets no favor.
Wow.
Negative favor.
Negative 4 favor.
Yeah.
Feels
Fun
bad.
and balanced. Right. So Clutch is having a hard time finding his other Pyrrhic Knowledge and his Worm Breath. He's going to be able to keep drawing. He has Demetrius. He has a lot of what he needs, but I feel like that spell boost is going to be so important later. Clutch is only running 2 Street Conjurers, so he cut out a bit of spell boost and a couple spells for the demos and the Therial.
Would you say Therial is maybe his best hope here?
Yeah, if you can get the 15 damage off Therial, that will be huge.
He does have the Worm Breaths, right, and the Pyrrhic, but that's only 15. Or
right.
with, I mean, that spell boost is not going to live.
Yeah, he should have 1 more Street Conjure in his deck, I believe. So
okay, let's turn it into 18 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And he can reduce one of them with the Warp Engineer. And that final draft is also okay. I mean, he's still got a couple outs. A bit of a stretch,
that
but
focus is going to be huge.
And there is the Therial. But yeah, that Volca, they're at 9. If Therial gets played, not much can deal 9 damage. No creatures really can just deal 9 damage, except for Volca.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and as far as Unbound Flames, I believe they're both in the void at this point. So burning a Pyrrhic Knowledge to clear the board is exactly what HPain wants Clutch to do.
And there's that Pyrrhic Knowledge. So he's got both Pyrrhic Knowledges, both Worm Breaths. He gets the God Blitz, gets another God Blitz. He gets the +3/+3. This is a huge amount of damage. He then also finds the Nightleaf Trapper in the Sanctum and finally deals with the Necroceptor. Huge turn for Clutch.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to expect the Volca that's going to come down next turn. He's going to be able to push 4 damage face, clear the entire board.
Wow.
And those Acolytes are seeming not as scary as they were just a second ago.
Wow, yeah, he's hovering over Volca like, what the heck? Where did this come from?
So...
yeah, you have to deal with that, and there goes half your resources that you were going to send face.
Also, Clutch is at 14, and HPain has Trial of the Underworld. We know he has Kaya and Nefru in the Void. Kaya obviously being the high roll as far as pushing that extra 9 damage face. Yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of this match goes. It's getting pretty close.
I mean, I think you have to send your Theric guys into the Volca, right? So that's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so you could just send 2 of them, and then you still have a God Blitz one. He's gonna go with the Worm Breath, though. Okay. What do I know? I guess this line's fine as well. He keeps one of his God Blitz plus the 3/3, and he can use his God Power. But yeah, a lot of resources either way.
Yeah, he looks healthy, and he feels like he's dealt with Henry's Reach. But if Trial pulls Kaya, that's going to be 9 damage face. But HPain is going to play it a bit slower. Okay. get his zombies back out, get extra heal on the board. He is in such a good spot.
Yeah, especially with that trial. That trial can just bring back, I mean, it brings back a 5, 6, 7, and an 8. That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And I love the Tomb Carver here. He's going to get to heal for 3. Just in case he needs that extra heal. Plus, he's got the zombie. And man, he's just, yeah. HPain in such a good spot. Clutch his hand, though.
Yeah.
If he could reduce some of those cards, he'd... Like, if everything in his hand was free, he probably has lethal right now. But
yeah, I believe so, right?
Yeah.
So 9 just from the Acolytes. He has 15, 18 from the Worm Breath. Yeah, and the Ancient Text.
So he's going face, but HPain is threatening lethal right now. So he's going to have to, I guess, deal with the zombie here.
Zombie Pyramid Warden, maybe?
Wow.
I don't know if that is going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, Trial of the Underworld can bring back Nackarub for lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back Kaya. Does it guarantee Nackarub? Is there any other... Or you said Kaya, right? Kaya and Nackarub.
Yeah, either or. They're both 6 drops.
Okay. He's holding it in his hand. He's playing it. Here it comes. Let's go. I love this card. Never get to see it played. He gets Kaya. That is unfortunate. Also gets a demo. Looks menacing, but it doesn't proc, and therefore it
You can push a decent amount face.
Wait, what he needed there?
So it's kind of, yeah. Okay, he can either return to cave here, play it safe, double trade into the Pyramid Warden, or he can trade Blight Bomb and go face for 4. Kaya's gonna push 9. Yeah, not a fantastic spot.
Oh yeah, but Kaya's gonna, well, if he Blight Bombs.
Okay, so he's gonna go with the return to cave lane, I guess. Yeah, I like that. That's safe. Okay, so Kyle will push 8.
Interesting.
Because return to cave shaved off 1 mana.
Oh, interesting. Right. Does take away a damage there, but Clutch is still alive. Does he have enough mana to do anything exciting here? He needs to deal 27 damage.
He can do 6 on board. He has 18 in hand right now with spell boost. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's, yeah, I don't think so. I think HPain was able to stabilize. He may have to send a... oh no. He doesn't attack with his... Okay. Okay,
he's going to grab the Archer to finish off the demo.
So
wow.
It's a spell boost. Yeah, those board... Yeah, and so they have Soulless. And so they're being obliterated as they die. So there's just like a slight delay on... Yeah. Man, he... Oof, the rope got him. Feels bad, man.
Wow. For anyone saying he should have brought back the Nackarub, just to be clear, it draws random cards from both voids. So you don't get to choose what comes back. It's just a random 5, random 6, random 7, random 8. And indeed, punished by the rope. Everyone in chat saying that Clutch finally got caught by the rope. He loves to play right at the edge of that rope. And
so any board wide spell usually takes a decent amount of time as to hit each creature, and any extra interaction also takes its own special amount of time. So because they were soulless, it was obliterating, not sending to the void, going to the next creature, and it just feels like forever. Like yeah, we've talked about before, Volka's, in my opinion, is the slowest of all the spells, but
all right, well, here we've got a War versus War mirror match. They went right in. They wasted no time. And it's now 1-1.
So HPain tops out with a Negrios, and
Ooh, love
Clutch
that.
does not.
I hope we get to see an Agros. That'd be very fun to get to see the 9-drops in action today. We get the Valka, Champion of War, a Nagrios. You just never get to see these really fun 9-drops. The game has sped up considerably since 4 years ago. And 7-drops are now super powerful. We talked about this the other day. They're just... Why add 9-drops that you can't play for an extra 7 turns when you can add some 7-drops that are comparable in power?
Right. Absolutely. So they
7
both
turns.
have Therial.
7 turns earlier. That's crazy. Sounds like it's just 2 turns earlier because it's just 2 mana extra, but it's 7 turns.
Yeah, it really is a lot. And drawing a 9-drop in your starting hand can be devastating.
Yeah, 16 turns to get to 9 mana, by the way.
Right.
A lot of turns that you're just holding on to a dead card.
They both curved out really well. Right, low-cost cards, they can kind of get down fairly easy. They both have really greedy decks, but HPain's is just a bit greedier, and I'm curious to see how that plays out.
I really hope we get to see a Nagrios one way or another. I don't care who wins, but I want to see a Nagrios wreak some havoc.
Yeah.
The card is so much fun. It's like Valka. I think it does damage when you play it.
Yeah, it does 6 damage to each enemy creature on the board.
And obliterates them.
Obliterates them, yes. Yeah, if they die. So anything it kills is obliterated, which is actually really strong into, I don't know, like we saw Tomb Carver, which heals your opponent when it dies. That does not go into effect.
No afterlives.
No afterlives.
Wow.
And it has God Blitz. So it's just 12 damage straight to the opponent's face, which is
so much fun.
Super fun.
Ooh, I like this. Destroying the protected creature always feels good.
Yeah. And that Audi is such a high value target right now because he knows the Negrios is there. So if he gets 1 swing with the Negrios in hand, that shaves 4 turns off before Clutch can play it. Also running Avatar War, which shaves 3 turns off from 8 to 7. So I think it's worth it. Devouring Blade.
Interesting that you call him Audi. I always call him Odie.
Odie?
Can we get a poll in the chat? Is it Audi, as in rhymes with body, or Odie, as in rhymes with
Rhodey?
Rhodey. It's very hard to think of words to... Audi. Audi? Body? Audi? You guys all think it's Audi? No. There's no way. Rhodey, thank you. It's definitely Rhodey. Okay, now we're getting some Rhodies in the chat. Brody. Yeah, okay. Brody. Odie. Floaty. Okay. We got the Blade of White Plane. Could blade the blade. I feel like they should have made them not symmetrical, able to kill them. Like they used to be 4/4s and they were not able to devour themselves, and now they're 3/3s and they can devour themselves.
Yeah, they are. So you think have it as a 4/3?
Or like a 4/2 or something? I don't know. They're pretty strong. Or I don't know, make it so it can only devour things with 2 strength or less, and like make it like a fair and balanced card. I mean, I don't know. What do I know?
It is locked. That ship has sailed. But speaking of fair and balanced cards, are there any cards in the set that you think need to be tuned down a bit before
the Winter Wonderland set?
Wonderland set? Yeah.
That's really tough. It's really tough. I don't think they should touch anything except for perhaps buffing a few cards that are just absolute trash, which is at least half of the set. And I think that maybe the Imp is just a little bit too strong. I think the Imp should be a 3/2. I really do think the Imp should be a 3/2.
Yeah. I agree. At least a 3/2.
Yeah.
And
if not a 3/1, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I guess 3/1 is pretty rough. But the way Leech works, when your god takes damage from something that has Leech on your side of the board, you heal that damage as well as the damage it does. So if you play Grant Hall, which HPain is running his list, with your Imp, you heal 8, right? You get the 1 attack buff. You go face, you heal that 4, you deal 4 damage to yourself, and then you heal that.
Oh my
So
god.
comboing that with Helmna can be pretty disgusting. But I agree. 2 mana 3/3 is pretty ridiculous in the downside for the decks that run it. It really doesn't matter a whole bunch. Yeah.
Someone said 3/3 with burn 1. I like that too, actually. That's
Okay,
interesting
yeah,
because then you kind of always take damage. Everybody takes damage, or just you take damage. How does
you
it
take
work?
damage when it deals damage. So
Okay,
the
so
burn
no one takes.
wouldn't-
Okay, I like that.
It takes damage. Yeah. It's effectively a 3/2.
Yeah. But kind of like a 3/2, but almost even in between a 3/2 and a 3/1 because the burn will hit it every turn. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Plus, he kind of looks like he's on fire. He's an imp that looks like he's,
Right.
you know, a demon from hell. I don't know.
So HPain getting Therial out on curve is really good for him. It's hard to deal with. He has Avatar War in hand demo. And he has a Martyr there. His hand is looking quite a bit stronger.
I didn't see the cultist delves, but we can see the names of the cultists. We have the converter, which does a 4 thing or less, right? Very
Yep,
small. I can't read that.
1/1.
And then what are the other ones he's got there? My
can't
screen,
see it
it's
right
so
now.
tiny. I mean, you got to play the converter, right? You get rid of your opponent's demo. That's why you take the converter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But instead, it looks like he's now leaning towards his own demo, and he does play his own demo. Interesting. Gets punished if Clutch has Soul Survivor.
Which he does.
Which he does.
And that converter is not nearly as good as it was a second ago.
Yeah, exactly. Now that converter is just kind of stuck in your hand.
Oof, there is the Negrios. Yikes. HPain has his entire top end here. Therial on curve, into Avatar War on curve, into Negrios on curve. It's going to be really hard for Clutch to get out of lethal range. He's going to have so much damage faced over the next 7 turns.
Yeah, so he's still got to wait, 6 more turns before he can play it. But all he's got to do is slam his God Power a handful of times here, and he's also got that Devouring Blade, which is going to keep the board clear and also deal damage.
So I think I understand why HPain doesn't play his converter on the demo. We see the Martyr of White Plane. HPain is going to get 2 Avatar Wars for the most part. But maybe he's playing around Clutch having the same hand or a similar hand where he can convert the Martyr, which transforms it so it doesn't go into the void, and he won't be able to get that Bring Backery with the higher value cards in his deck. I like it. Here we go. Milling the Miller.
He draws the Carnage Sweep, and now he will mill when his turn starts. And I will try and actually pop up his stream here on my computer so I can see what he mills, because I don't think you guys will be able to see it.
Okay.
Lost his Soul Survivor.
Okay. It's a good card, but he has what he needs. Clutch is trying to get rid of Negrios or Avatar War, and we can see that HPain already has all of this stuff. So, I mean, HPain wants to play Martyr and establish that double Avatar War. His hand is really full, though, and if he plays Martyr...
Heal your God for 7. Oof. So he doesn't even mind if he gets back to Heal Your God for 7.
Right.
And if we see these wolf cults here, that's exactly what he's going to get back. So his other 2 cultists are the +3/+3 and the transform a 4 strength or less creature into a 1/1 cultist dude, or whatever they're called.
Okay. Didn't get the God Blitz.
Did not get the God Blitz. But he now gets back the heal for 7. which is pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's 14 heal off of 1 card.
Yes. So it's kind of an awkward turn for HPain. He can Blade here, or he can Devouring Blade and deal with half the board, which isn't bad. He definitely wants to get that Avatar down, though.
Yeah, Avatar at this point looks pretty strong. Devouring Blade doesn't just kill your opponent's creatures, it kills your own too. So because Clutch has so many of his own creatures on board, he can't just Devouring Blade the Avatar, unless HPain clears up the board, but then he can't play his Avatar, so... Well, he gets back a Blitzer, though. And has a second Blitzer with Twin Strike. He actually manages to completely clear the board here. Pretty wild.
Yeah. It's actually a really big swing turn for him.
Gets
not that
Aerial back.
Oof.
Big body.
Huge body. 15 points of stats.
And Clutch is down to 15 health. We can see the Avatar of War that has God Blitz Relic for 5 damage. There's a lot of damage being threatened next turn.
And Clutch doesn't know if HPain got God Blitz on his Acolyte, so definitely a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, he could be worried that 15 damage comes to his face any second.
So this is... I think this might be the nail in the coffin. He used 1 Devouring Blade on Odie, whatever. And now he had to use the second on Therial. Second Therial, we can see does not have answers for Negrios or Avatar War.
So he decided not to use his cultist on the martyr, which is interesting. He could have obliterated that martyr. Yeah, why not use converter? FakeMews says in chat, why did we pick converter? He took converter, didn't want to use it on the demo. Has converter in hand still, doesn't want to use it on the high value martyr.
Yeah, maybe he wants to convert whatever card comes next and give the 1/1 Acolyte back. But gosh, that 7 heal, that is so huge.
And he's 3 turns away now from an Agrios and has an Avatar of War he can play in the interim as well. So, I mean, he's got a stacked couple of hands coming.
Yeah, I think HPain's playing it really well. So Clutch can overdraw HPain here, get bored. He's just drawn all of his early cards, pretty much. We haven't seen Therial, we haven't seen Avatar War yet. Definitely not what you want into the mirror match. If he was playing Aggro Light, his hand is fantastic, and he would have done exceptionally well. But that's not what he's playing.
Yeah. Oh, he uses the Rune of Sight, and he's got some really nice cards on the top of his deck here. I think you just keep both. Means you draw the demo next turn off the top of the deck. Can't be mad about a demo.
Yeah, and that's gonna help slow the bleeding once those bigger creatures hit the board. Be able to heal a bit, save his face a decent amount of damage. But I like how patient HPain is being. He can play Avatar War into Negrios just turn after turn.
That's brutal.
So it's like, yeah, like you have to deal with this, and it's like, okay, and then it's like, all right, now deal with this. And we can see Clutch does not have the answers.
Yeah, Clutch has no idea what's about to happen in these next 2 turns, although he is Clutch, and this is a pre-submitted deck list format, so he does know what he might be in for. It's quite possible he's preparing himself for it, although he doesn't know for sure that HPain has both of these cards in hand. Not many cards left in the deck, so...
I think you take Order if you can. That will help him slow down the bleeding. Okay, found one. Yikes, yeah. 5 damage guaranteed from hand. into 12 guaranteed
Oof.
from hand. Pyramid Warden doesn't matter. Martyr won't matter.
I'm going to be devastated if we don't get to see the Anagrios. I mean, I think... oh, wow. Avatar into Avatar. He demos here. That's just lethal with the Anagrios. Yeah, lethal with the Anagrios.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just lethal. There really isn't anything Clutch can do at this point.
Gives order to 2. He's got the Conversionist, and what's the Conspirator do?
So Oppressor gives order. I don't know. What is it? Oh, maybe it's either shuffle a card or increase the cost of spells.
Okay. This is it. We're gonna get to see it. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
This is the moment we've been waiting for. Yes, we got to see Anagrios for the win.
Really well played by HPain. Really patient there.
Glad Clutch let him do it.
Yeah.
Good for the show.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And that's 2-0. Clutch or
2-1.
Yeah, Clutch's decks 2-1. 2-1. Yes.
HPain is up 2-1. Best of 5. So HPain just needs one more win.
HPain has his hidden rush list. That's right. He lost the mirror match there. So his control lists are greedier, which paid off. And let's see if his fast aggro deck can get through Clutch's War and Magic deck. Who do you think is the favorite here? Magic into hidden rush.
Who's going first? HPain is the favorite.
Okay, yeah. So Clutch has 2 tracking bolts, 2 shape blasts, 2 unbound flames, and double demo.
Wow.
Front lines also. So
I take it back.
Like he has the stuff,
but he missed it all. He doesn't have any of his stuff, any of his AOE.
Yikes. Yeah.
Wow. He does get a frontliner on turn 1 here off the top of the deck, which is big because no frontliner. It's very scary, and he immediately reduces end plays. It's a big turn. Getting out a lot of stats.
Yeah, good tempo play here. And it is really annoying as hidden rush to pip into Pyramid Warden only for your opponent to play it. It just makes it a bit more awkward. That Warp Engineer looking really good with that Unbound Flame top deck, but it's not in hand anymore, so...
Yeah.
I almost think you don't swing here. But yeah, you definitely don't swing here, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he's debating about swinging the Warp Engineer, perhaps, but playing the Street Conjurer, interesting. So he wants to get bored, then just sit back, let the Pyramid Wardens play with each other.
Oh man, go on. So I like the Street Conjurer here. It's a high value target, and it may soak up 3 damage from the Armor Lurker, but you will see. And any damage that doesn't go face at this point is a big win.
Yeah, we see the Merrick and Arms Dealer, so not great targets for Merrick, but that Arms Dealer certainly can pump that board if Clutch just sits back.
So Clutch is getting the Tracking Bolt next turn. There is Spell Boost in the other Pyramid Warden. I wonder if he can find a cheeky line to deal with the board. Although he won't be able to kill the Arms Dealer because it has 3 health and it comes down hidden, he will be able to deal with both Armor Lurkers if the other one loses hidden.
And therefore 1 armor.
Right.
Still hasn't decided. He wants to swing with that Warp Engineer, but he's keeping it healthy. I guess he doesn't want that God power to just pick it off.
Yeah, he definitely wants to get the spell boost back. That's really important at this point. So if he swings with the Armor Lurker, they can, or the Warp Engineer, they can just ping it off and make it a 50-50. Where this line, I mean, he's gonna have to. HPain loses 3 damage face to make the trade, and then really heads up play. Very, very calculated. And it also kind of works out. HPain won't get anything back from that Pyramid Warden. He will. Okay. You trade your Pyramid Warden into their Pyramid Warden. Do you want the Pyramid Warden back or the spell boost? I mean...
Okay, so he hides his Pyramid Warden, so now I think he
Okay.
can't clear... Or, okay, wait, so he tracking bolts twice, is that the... Well, but that doesn't clear the... I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of resources burned if that's the line he takes.
Yeah. He's always loading on the rope, and so he's almost got no time this turn to decide what he wants to do.
He may wait one more turn to kill.
Okay. Gets a little bit of favor. He's looking at that Volca's discovery. Yeah, FakeMews says Unbound to set up Pyrrhic, and I agree completely. I think that Pyrrhic Unbound combo is just disgusting.
Right. Yeah, that is a really heads-up line. You kind of throw it as a 5-mana Star Shard Bolt, and then the next turn you have just a huge clear that deals with the entire board.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a play that you don't see frequently enough that that like you can always see. I mean these guys are the top players, so they should see it coming, but like on the ladder, I think that one always catches people by surprise.
Yeah, I learned that from FakeMews' Pyrrhic Knowledge card highlight video. He kind of goes through the different decks it can go in, and he has a match against nature where he just kind of throws it on, I think, 4 with a pip, or 5, and then just clears board.
Wow. Sounds like a good video.
Yeah, really informative.
So Clutch has a demo on the top of his deck, but is he going to survive that long?
He had a demo last turn, sent it back. Yeah, I wonder if he keeps this one as well, or sends this one back as well.
Did keep. And so we're going to get Unbound Flames. Now he's setting up the Pyrrhic Knowledge trick, it would seem.
Ooh, that Pyramid Warden is fantastic. Definitely what you want to see at this point.
Yeah, and HPain's Pyramid Warden down to 1 health, so can't hide it anymore, and very likely Clutch is going to get something back next turn. Or even this turn if he sacks the Pyramid Warden. Maybe sacks his Pyramid Warden first, just to make sure that Clutch doesn't get back another Pyramid Warden.
Okay. If he sacks his Pyramid Warden, Clutch gets back spell boost, which could be just as bad.
There's a lot of face damage he just did.
Yes, it really is a lot.
He's going to play the Volca? No, okay. He just takes the Volcas so that Clutch can't get it. Okay. Alright, here's that Pyrrhic Knowledge, though, with the Unbound. But he is going to want to swing with those creatures first. He can play Pyrrhic and grab the free spell and then play it later, but...
Yeah, this is kind of... This is a tough spot.
We do even have options? What's tough about this? You play Unbound, right?
Right, so I assume he plays it on the Switchblade Duelist, but his Pyramid Warden is going to go down to 1 health after, which is bad. And if he trades here, he gets a spell boost, and he kills his own Pyramid Warden, which means they immediately get a creature back. He's only at 4 health, so he can't actually bump their Pyramid Warden yet, or he just loses next turn.
Wow.
This line buys him 1 more turn, I think. Interesting line.
Crazy line. I mean, Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets the
deals with
ranger.
whole-
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
Pretty heads up.
Very heads up play.
Goes wide, gives HPain nothing back, and has board.
Great line indeed.
3 wide. Yeah, that was a really interesting line.
Oh, he finds those with so little time on that clock.
Right?
HPain, though, gets another hidden creature out, and he's got this one extra turn, basically, until demo. Wow,
Yeah,
that's huge top deck, though. He can now give his god protected with the ancient text.
That is huge. It doesn't play Palace. He can also draw, which is really good as well. Clutch doesn't really have enough favor to get anything too scary if something else pops up, but... Okay. Clutch is not running Safeguard Incantation, so that is his only face protect.
Ooh, Rune Moth could get him a Rune of Life, which I'm sure he would love. But yeah, he's going to have to play that ancient text. Protect his face.
It may not be enough if HPain top decks Umbra Arrow, which he has 2. That's it. That will be the game.
Did get the Rune of Life, and HPain does not top deck lethal.
Wow, that is very fortunate.
Wow, indeed. This could be a huge swing turn. I mean, we're going to see Demogorgon, and right now it would kill the Shadewalker and heal for 3. He's got a free Rune of Life. That's going to heal for 3. He's got board. I mean, wow.
And I kind of like Clutch's War List into Hidden Rush. The Devouring Blades, the Savage Strikes, and like just getting to 7 and getting that demo out is huge.
You got the players talking in the chat, trying to spoil things. Players, go away. Game is not done yet. Please don't spoil.
Oh no. So HPain plays the Volkas the turn before the pyramid or the Demogorgon's gonna come down. If he swung face, hid, played something from hand, he could have lethal here.
Wow. He top decks Umber. What? Doesn't really help him very much.
Okay, so
helped him last
if
turn.
HPain doesn't play Volka's last turn, plays Merrick and maybe just a lower value cards going a bit wider, he has lethal, right? He plays Armor Lurker Merrick. So right, 2/4 and then hides his Shadewalker. He has lethal here with that Volkas. I don't know why he chose to
In
Volkas there.
true FakeMews fashion, Clutch decides to check the Pyrrhic Knowledge 4 turns later. Rolls a second Umber.
That's pretty huge.
Wow, and then throws in the towel. Had to leave that demo up, and that was it. So it's now 2-2.
2-2. Interesting. Demos are going in the Tempo Magic list now. I don't know. Do you ever Volkas the turn before
HPain, no more talking, please.
demo?
You're still playing this game. You're going to spoil the results. Please don't spoil the results.
All right.
Mods, ban that guy.
I didn't have chat open. What was he saying? I missed it.
He's just running his mouth in typical HPain fashion. Here we go. Game 5.
So I normally take Slayer into Deception, as well as Magic. So like your God power can be Umber Arrowed, right? Like it just
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say that because HPain's in the chat, that this game is very short. And because HPain went first and is playing Hidden
HPain
Rush.
went second.
Well, he went second, but he got bored first.
Yeah.
I'm still going to say he wins this in 5 turns. And that is why we asked the players to refrain from talking in the chat, even though they think they might not be spoiling anything.
Okay, so pushes 5 face here. Clutch has magic missile. Oop, I
End
don't
of War is
think
pretty
HPain
big
wins
here,
this
though.
one.
It does
Don't
obliterate.
think
Not going to get it back as creature, which
it's
feels bad.
fine. Yeah, taking. Yeah. I mean, magic missile launcher and carnage sweep in hand. I don't see how Clutch loses this one.
Yeah, so maybe HPain gonna throw in the towel very quick because this looks pretty bad.
Yikes! That Savage Strike is gonna be so good here.
Ugh. Brutal.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see HPain throw in the towel.
Yeah, I agree.
This is why I don't like the Arms Dealer. I just don't get this card. I hate the Arms Dealer. It feels dead all the time. It wastes your mana. Now HPain's still spoiling things. HPain.
I mean, if Arms Dealer Echo, Clutch's hand is so good here. He has Magic Missile Launcher into Carnage Sweep, and then double demos just to kind of clean everything up. I really don't see how.
It does have a cat. Cat forces sweep, perhaps.
Yeah, he has cat, but Magic Missile Launcher kind of.
Oh yeah,
keeps
Missile
Cat
Launcher's
from
already equipped. Yeah, this looks bad.
Carnage Sweep with Pip into double demos.
That's fair. FakeMews is lambasting me for lambasting the Arms Dealer because last game the Arms Dealer would have won the game, but it didn't get played.
Okay.
And this game it's just dead.
Yeah.
I have no love for the Arms Dealer.
So the greedier control decks were able to deal with the slightly more conservative control decks, but these conservative control decks do really well into aggro decks, which we see here.
Yeah, the Magic Missile Launcher is just busted. It just murders Hidden Rush. It murders a lot of aggro.
To be fair, Hidden Rush is a little busted. Like, there's not really a way to deal with hidden things.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Oh gosh, poor Henry. This sucks.
Wolf. Oh, he almost did bad ordering. You got to swing with that one attack first. What is he doing? Swing with the one attack first. There you go. Then you play the Soul Survive. There we go. He almost missed out on a point of damage. That's going to be concede time. And there it is.
So excited to win with that one card right here.
Congrats to Clutch. Taking it down.
Well played.
Taking third place. Let's see if we've got the next match getting underway. Either
Very
way,
well played.
let's take a peek at the brackets here. Let's see if it's updated. Not yet, but we do have a third place winner, and that is Clutch. Couldn't go back to back and take down first place 2 years in a row, but taking down third place.
Respectable.
Place? Yeah, it's not bad.
Given the field and just the caliber of player, third place, fourth place, fantastic. Although I did call Clutch for third, or HPain for third, so kind of an upset there. But we didn't bet anything, so it's fine. GG's, well played. Tried your best.
All right, here we go. So the players started a few minutes ago. So the finals of TST's Caution Fun against Perion's JKAN is underway. They're on a 10-minute delay so that they can't stream snipe each other. I see a lot of people in chat concerned about that, but no worries, people. They are on a 10-minute delay. Let me pull up these players' streams.
So it looks like Caution Fun banned War and JKAN also banned War.
Hey!
Yes, finally.
We asked them to do it, and they did.
They did it right.
We questioned why no one was doing it, And finally, someone did it. War's so good. I mean, War has the magic missile launchers. It's got, I mean, like every deck can have Therial, and we even saw Clutch running Therial on every single deck, but like a lot of people run Therial in their War deck. It's just a much better strength in numbers, which a lot of these War decks used to top out at. Now you have Therial, which, as you pointed out the other day, it's like strength in numbers, but it also gives you a 6/9 body, and you get to choose exactly which cards you want, as opposed to strength in numbers, which just gives you random cards, and sometimes they're complete junk, and it doesn't even give you a body. So, I mean, War has, I mean, it's got Carnage Sweeps, it can deal with your hidden rushes, it's got, and anything with board, it can just wipe.
Yeah, it is fantastic. Any god in the current meta that has the best aggro, combo, and control deck, maybe not the best combo and control or aggro, but like really viable, right? Generally, probably a tiny bit overtuned, right? Aggro War is fantastic. It's on ladder top 10 all the time. Relic War, really strong. We saw Caution Fun murdering with it, and Control War, everybody hates it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like the ban.
I do as well. So what decks do they have left?
Right. So Caution Fun is going to be running Deception, which is like it's control. It's like control, right? It's conservative, greedy control nature, which is always fun, and control light. JKAN has that aggro light list. We saw a much faster tempo magic list than Clutch ran. I think it's not much faster, but you don't have Therial or the demos or the Shape Blasts, so 5 cards that are just going to be used to murder their opponent, and a very fast hidden rush. Runs Lethal Prowler, which I personally feel is pretty fun. It allows 5 from hand, so that means your 1/1 on the board can get Umbra Arrowed and push 5 with Dark Knives. I mean, plus Dark Knives. It's a scary card, and I'm surprised we don't see more of it.
I agree. Something I need. I've never played around with myself, and I love seeing the card played, but I just have never really tried it. I think it's, again, one of those skill gap cards I've talked about many times, where it's like you don't see the. You need some skill to play it, right? You can't just. There's some skill expression involved where you need to be careful about when you're playing it. You need to know when the best time to play it is. It can be a dead card in your hand if you're not careful. So they do have to be a little bit careful. Looks like these streams are getting underway. So let me pull these up here. I see both. He's
also running heads or tails, right? So that's going to just apply the psychological pressure of like, I can take, right? He has heads or tails, which is potentially 4 damage, and then the Lethal Prowler, which is 5. It's just so much damage from hand that just it's I like the list. I think it's interesting. If he loses board, he still has that Umbra Arrow swing turn, which can just be so huge with the Lethal Prowler.
Their streams are live, but they're not in game just yet. They should be in about 1 minute. So what is chat voting for right now? We've got them voting for Caution Fun versus JKAN. What's the vote looking like right now? I don't know if we can see the results quite yet, but there was a poll on Twitter, and we had a 66% vote on Twitter for Caution. We'll see here. I see a lot of people voting for JKAN. We'll see who's voting now. Caution Fun wins the most voted option of the poll with 86% of the votes. Wow. So
that's a lot.
A lot of people rooting for Caution here, and it's anyone's guess, but we do know that all their deck lists. Sam just went over them, and I don't know. I kind of like how JKAN's deck lists match up into Caution's lists, but again, Caution has just been doing such a phenomenal job here. And here we go. The games are underway. I think we should be able to see them now. Here we go. And we're underway. Caution versus JKAN, best of 5 for the title of 2022 Player of the Year. And their share of $2,000, sponsored by Aqua.xyz, the best marketplace for all your NFT gaming needs.
Absolutely. All right, so
light versus light.
Control light going first. You see that Spear Highborn Knight combo as well as Yukos. Sends the Highborn Knight back. Just right, conservative.
You always keep that spear.
Oh yeah, no
It
way.
keeps double Yukos.
I mean, it technically is 3 mana do nothing. Although Caution Fun is going first, and it's just gonna allow him to snowball. If he can keep it equipped.
You keep double Yukos?
I don't, but I don't win a whole bunch with Control Light, so maybe you do.
Oh, very interesting. I played some Control Light on the ladder and did quite well with it a few months back, and I don't know. I mean, they can see each other's deck lists, so I guess he knows what JKAN's running. He knows what he wants to do. But yeah, keeping 2 Yukos seems crazy.
Yeah, that is a tiny bit crazy. I personally am very conscious of pipping out Pyramid Warden going second when the person going first playing light or right doesn't use their pip. And so like my thought is he might get levied, but you remember Caution Fun is not running Light's Levy, which is actually a really good counter to aggro Light. So I wonder if that greedy line of not taking that, expecting more control, is going to punish him here.
Yeah. JKAN's already got a big board. It's his turn. He's got 3 mana. He could drop some more creatures on board here. The double Yukos, that's maybe what Caution's got in his back pocket. He's waiting for JKAN to go all in. Drop double Yukos. It's -2/-2 to everything and gives it soulless.
Yeah. So as
and it goes through ward,
buff,
by the way. So that Drider Sailweaver not immune.
Armor protected goes through everything. So JKAN is running 1 Canonize, Mysterious, double Radiant Dawn, double Felid Janissary, or the buffs. So that I really like that line. Conservative uses the God Power, and throws out the other 1/1.
Here comes that double Yukos board wipe, but it does only kill the 2 new creatures. Does also kind of
takes a lot of damage off the board.
yeah, it takes all that damage. You got a 0/1 and a 1/5. Not looking very sexy.
8 damage off the board, 2 creatures, but that Asterius is going to be so good. No lips are sealed in hand, and just refills the board, doing what Control Light does best.
He's got the Radiant Embalmer. He's eyeballing his Void. He could pull back another Yukos and Eclipse. Quite frankly, I think that's what he's going to do here, because I don't think he has any other plays, really.
So Embalmer goes from a 2/4 to a 4/6. It's going to be out of reach of the blade if he does decide to pump it with a spear. Which is interesting.
Wow.
Also out of reach of the levy.
Wow.
The extortionist, excuse me.
JKAN's got 2 turns till he can play his Asterius, which on this board right now looks phenomenal. We do see 1 more Yukos and Eclipse, though. That does get rid of 1 creature.
So at this point, do you go too wide, add 2 more creatures, and go face? Or do you trade as JKAN? What is your priority?
I think I would just God Power and Drider and then go face. But I don't, it's so tough. That spear is terrifying. Like, you think, like, oh, I'll just go face. But then suddenly that 4/6 becomes a 6/8, and then that 6/8 becomes an 8/10, and then you're like, maybe I should have dealt with that.
Right. So enough favor to get the 3/3 frontline in the Sanctum. The 2/1 isn't looking very good. I doubt he grabs it. But I like this line. If the Yukos does come down, that 3/3 is going to be a 2/2, and going to synergize quite well with the Asterius.
Yeah. Yeah, that Asterius could be a huge, huge swing if Caution is not careful.
Yeah, no lips are sealed in hand yet, although JKAN doesn't have a Radiant Dawn, and we see that demo with the pip. It's 2 turns away. Curious to see how this goes. JKAN is also 2 turns away. That Asterius.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of cards in hand, but not a lot of options here in terms of what he can play. He really has basically the blade.
Yeah, and I like the blade here. You draw, right? Look for that lips are sealed. You can trade out 2 creatures as well as establish another on the board. Maybe pump it.
Interesting line. Okay. Caution's got a lot less health, but a lot of big creatures and that relic equipped. JKAN has that Asterius for next turn. I think it's really going to come down to if he gets that Asterius off on like 4 creatures, it's just over. Unless Caution can find his lips are sealed next turn. I mean, it's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight because that demo can then come down the turn after.
I think Caution Fun is actually in a really good spot here.
Like if he
JKAN top deck, a 1/1. The Sanctum, the creatures in the Sanctum both have 1 health, whether it's the Card Shark or the 2/1 War Card. If that's what it is, I can't super tell. That Yukos is just applying the pressure without actually being played.
You play the blade on nothing, and then you have a 3/3 that goes down to a 2/2, and then your Asterius pumps it.
Yeah, I don't hate that line.
Maybe it's like a little too 4D chess, but
I mean, if you play the 1/1, it dies to Yukos. It just gives Yukos too much value. And Caution Fun isn't worried about giving his Embalmer Soulless. He's worried about establishing board and not dying.
Right. Yes, he is very low on health here. That Asterius is lethal next turn if Caution is not careful.
So he needs 4 creatures on the board for lethal, which there's no way he leaves that. He has Order in hand. He has Yukos. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it would be it'd be a massive, massive blunder that there's no way you're getting to the finals of the Player of the Year tournament and then overlooking the fact that your opponent is running Asterius.
Right.
And he manages to take out every single creature except for that 0/1. Pyramid Warden does have Order, so he's a gap in his hand for some reason. I'm not sure if that's an invisible card or...
It is the Yukos he brought back from the Void. A bug. Not quite as old as our friend the Dirty Bag of Tricks, but still not my favorite either.
I do see people asking in the tournament about joining this event. This is the finals, but Infinite Mana. Yes, check out infiniteMana.gg. We are going to be having some free-to-play friendly tournaments coming up very soon, and hopefully hosting multiple tournaments throughout the year again like we did last year. We had Infinite Mana League Season 1, Infinite Mana League Season 2. There were qualifiers for Infinite Mana League Season 1, some satellite type tournaments. So we're going to have a bunch of stuff going on this year again. Hope you guys will join us for that.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Also, FakeMews is hosting a tournament. I think it's called the Owl Bowl.
The Superb Owl.
Superb Owl, way off. I think it's $1,000 prize pool, and it is free to play, friendly. No Genesis, no Etherbots, no Light's Verdict, and no legendaries, which is interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna be
almost Pauper, but not quite.
Yeah, we're gonna be sending him a raid after this tournament. He's gonna give all the details of his tournament, and yeah, like you said, free to play, friendly, $1,000 prize pool.
Right, let's go. Will you be playing in that one? Kid Pitch.
Ooh. Well, when we raid, I'm going to find out all the details, and then hopefully I'll be able to play in it.
Awesome.
It's been a minute since I played in a tournament.
Been too busy beaming it up on ladder.
I T-ranked even further last night.
No. Wait, what? To where?
I'm in like Solar Gold, I think, now. Instead of playing a good deck, I decided to play another let's say less than good deck, and it didn't work out well.
Well, I appreciate your creativity. Going where most people are too afraid to go.
It's terrifying, to be honest. It's going to take so long to get back, but that was a massive wipe there.
Massive Yukos. He held that. I wonder if JKAN forgot he had it, because he just played right into it.
Brutal.
And I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Maybe he just went all in because he had to. He had to just give it a shot, but he knows that, you know, once he hits 7 mana here, it's pretty much over.
Yeah.
Maybe he was sniping Caution and the card was invisible and he didn't know.
It's like, what is that card? That's rough. Going second, it's always kind of hard. And then running into double Yukos is also really brutal as aggro light because you need to be wide by turn 6, or at least before 7. And Caution did a really good job playing around the Asterius, kept the board clear. And his hand is so full. He's going to overdraw here if he doesn't play something first.
Is this true that FakeMews' tournament is already full? It's capped and full with 256 players? Muse, are you here to comment?
Whoa.
If that's true, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm glad I registered when I did. Let's go.
I didn't think I had... Okay, it's not full. I don't know what the person... Fake news. Fake news, it's not full. You guys can still register. Feel free to share a link in the chat if you want people to register. Although maybe not yet, because I can't register yet. And save a spot for me. I'm busy right now.
Spot.
Alright, so Caution's got a full hand here. He's got that demo, he's got that Enlightenment, he's got the Ferial, he's got the Lysander's Mercy. Meanwhile, JKAN has 2 or 3 measly cards, and there it is. He throws in the towel.
Yeah.
Game brutal. 1, going to Caution Fun. Best of 5.
Let's go. Control light, drawing well and going first. I mean, keeping both Yukos, who kind of questioned, but really saw it work out for Caution Fun. He was able to get 3 Yukos with his Embalmer. Insane. Which is what makes Control Light so scary. There's so many different lines that you can take with all the Void interaction. Played it really well.
Yes, so heads up, again, by Caution. I love watching him play. He's been killing it. These plays are they're 200 IQ.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss.
Okay, so Caution has Control Deception, and he has his Control Nature deck. JKAN still has his full lineup. I'm kind of curious to see what they go with next.
Yeah. Here we go. They're getting into the next game. Bring it back up. They're queuing in. We're about to find out. We've got Deception against Magic. Caution going second.
Okay.
Who do you like?
It really is. I think this particular list, this tempo list, is probably favored. It's a lot faster, and if JKAN can play around the cutthroats as well as establish board, I don't know really. I guess Rune Moth, Oni Spellsword, Demetrius, Street Conjure, Shadow Scryer all get taken by Bound by Her Will. Which is most of the creatures in his deck can be stolen. So interesting. It really isn't that great of a list. It tops out with Ariel, 2 demos, no Wither Fingers. I think it'll be a close match. It really depends on who goes first and how the tempo kind of plays out. Caution Fun does have Counterfeit, so Palace Wand is never super comfortable, and we see that Bound by Her Will in the starting hand.
Oh man. And the Shadow Scryer. You just see a pass and then pip into Bound.
Oh, Bound is going to take that Rune Moth. I think Caution Fun may play a bit slower with it. So JKAN may pip draw here because he doesn't really have a turn 2, but if he pips into the Rune Moth, we can see how horrible that is going to go for him.
Yeah. Yes, that will not be pretty. I mean, he does still get a free rune, but the question will be, can he then deal with the Rune Moth?
Yeah, if he gets Rune of Fire, it's actually not that bad. He can draw with his Bibliomaniac, clear the Rune Moth. That's going to take not only a pip, but all of Caution's mana. I do like that Reflection Elementalist, though. It is really good into Blade, and it's good into gods that rely on spells or creatures for removal. Creature abilities like Neferu.
Uses
Kaya.
Stone Skin on a 1/1.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know if it's best line, but it's a line.
Okay, so JKAN does avoid the pip into the Rune Moth. Draws a card.
Yeah, maybe trying to bait out Oni, knowing that he would have to pip into Oni, thinking that the Stone Skin's gone, and he would be able to steal it with his Bound by Will. But I think JKAN. What was a trap? Let's see what line he takes here.
Just drawing
And
more
so
cards.
I like that, right? Not rushing the Rune Moth out while he doesn't have the resources to really deal with it. I really am not a fan that Bound by Her Will and Umber Arrow go through Ward. It makes the cards so much stronger than I think they really need to be. There is no mana cap on either of them, so it's just an attack cap. You can steal Polyhymnia with Bound by Her Will, which is okay. Through Ward, protected armor, frontline. Just need to drop the attack a bit, which is very doable, and you just yoink it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Drawing more cards here with this final draft. He's just drawing tons of cards.
I like it. Caution doesn't have really a lot of pressure on the board, and he's not putting himself in a spot where he can get really punished. Okay, so he takes the Rune Moth line. He has Blade in hand. It's going to be 3 mana to take it. He also has Rune of Fire.
He got lucky with that Rune of Fire, but I guess the Blade would have killed it as well.
Yeah,
in fact,
which
he probably
I
uses
really,
the Blade.
Yeah, gets draw, kills it. Really big fan of the line. It's really patient. Waits till he can deal with it.
Smart.
He gets value, right? More value too, right? He gets the Rune of Fire, which is in his case a lot better than Rune of Sight. Although maybe Caution can find Cutthroat and take one of those higher value cards in hand. That Rune of Sight that costs 0 mana, that's actually pretty good for Deception as well. Or maybe we just see that Reflection Elementalist.
Yeah, I love that card.
It is really good. Super annoying.
He's going to go face, then Reflection. I like it. Could even pip the Stone Skin, maybe.
Okay, yeah, he has an extra pip for 7 that he can hang on to if he needs it, but he has 1 to burn.
He gets a shot here to draw first for free, so he does that, and I like that a lot. Do you keep the second Reflection Elementalist? That's a lot of Reflection Elementals. He does. So he definitely is going to take this Reflection line this turn.
Oh, yeah. And it's something that Magic struggles with. It costs a lot more mana for them to deal with it than it costs for Caution to play. Right, two for ping, you're trading out creatures. He will not draw because the extra health makes it better than a Blade, stronger than a Blade. But yeah, I like the line also.
Yeah, this is and I love the Reflection Elementalist on a weakened Reflection Elementalist as well. It's such a brutal line. You think you're finally dealing with one of them. You can like ping Ward off of it or something and maybe deal like a damage or two, and you're like, all right, good, that one's almost gone. And then you turn the weak Reflection Elementalist into a fresh one. It's like you got 3 Reflection Elementalists with Ward. He does have the tracking ball, which can clear all of the Ward.
Yeah, he can tracking bolt, hatchling. Although those are, at least the hatchlings are pretty high value. He can yeah, I don't.
Gives up some favor there.
Interesting. Okay, I guess.
Ooh, that's a nice top deck there for Caution. Gets the Blade, which can take care of the 3/3. Can't quite kill the 3/1 though. Unless he just God powers. That would give him enough for the rune.
God Power Rune Strength on the warded creature is actually a really strong line.
What about God Power Pip into the Avatar of Deception?
Okay, lock down the 3/3. Save Rune of Strength for maybe a Shadow Scryer he plans on stealing.
No, he's gonna go with this line, make a nice big warded creature. Makes a little damage. Feels like it's easy to kill this off though, I don't know.
Yeah. Ping Rune of Fire does it. Maybe he plays the other hatchling, knowing that one blade is out. Assuming with 5 cards in hand, it's not super likely. But he has both. Takes no time to think about this line, just sends it. He's going to reduce either Worm Breath or Pyrrhic, just pushes so much damage face. He's a very aggressive player. I really like that. So saving the Avatar Deception, I assume to combo with the demo, where you play demo, get heal, and if it lives, you can go face and play Avatar, which puts a creature to sleep, as well as confuses it, and your demo will proc its passive one more time. Yeah, it is really strong.
Meanwhile, he doesn't have any targets at the moment for that other Reflection Elementalist. Do you think he should have kept it?
He has the Beguiling Blade, or the Blade Borrower, I'm sorry, which can be higher value, but it looks he's using his pip now, which is fine. He's healthy. I don't think he needs to be too worried about having to demo next turn. But yeah, it seems like it's kind of a dead card at this point.
Yeah, once he can use the Blade Borrower and get the Echo only costs 1 mana, so he will be able to play the Blade Echo plus Reflection on the same turn. But it does feel far away.
Yeah, it does. I wonder if he's planning on swinging with the Armor Lurker, and then once it loses that armor and becomes slightly less good.
Yeah.
Just
I like that as well, yeah.
Yeah, and even though they don't have a huge stat line at a 3/4, there are 2 of them, and they are just hard to deal with. Right? They have ward,
Speaking
extra
of
health.
Having ward, Bound by Our Will takes the Shadow Scryer, gets himself some ward, gives himself a 1/1 that is very difficult to deal with, and once it starts to get dealt with, can maybe become a Reflection Elementalist.
Right.
Now he can actually get that Blade Borrower out. Do you think he plays that, or he can counterfeit and just draw a card?
I don't know. Do you save the counterfeit for Palace Wand?
At this point, is it too late in the game to worry about Palace's Wand, or I think he's still... Yeah, I like the Blade Borrower line here. I like get that Echo. Now you got your Reflection Elementals play set up. Love it.
Very good line.
Yeah, he's got all these lines now. He's got the Blade Brigand into the Reflection Elementalist. He's got the demo with the Avatar to follow it up. He's got the counterfeit for Palace's Wand.
And guaranteed to heal 3, right? If he plays Blade, heals 3 off that. Also the Warp Engineer, so gonna get max heal from the demo, as well as be able to push damage face. And there's a Dead Sentry.
He's debating. We've already seen a Blade or 2.
I don't think Dead Sentry is particularly fantastic against Magic. They have Star Shard Bolt.
Yeah.
Unbound Flames deals with it. Yeah, so easily.
And we can see he's sitting on 2 copies of that right now, just waiting for a wide board to wreak havoc on.
Yeah. I think at this point, Caution is going to hard mulligan for Cutthroat. Maybe keeps another demo, maybe Ethereal, but JKAN has a few pieces he needs to win the game, and Caution is going to need to take them.
Okay. The demo is dead. Ooh, Rapture Dance into Rapture Dance. Happily loves that he has the Shadow Scryer to send one of those Rapture Dances back. He does not need that.
Yeah, that's pretty much a dead card in the matchup.
Yeah.
Super expensive, not a lot of creature heavy list.
Super nice for him to have this warded, protected Shadow Scryer that he stole. Putting in work, he's getting favor from it.
Right. I kind of like playing the Blade other Echo thing and getting the draw there, because there aren't any. Both hatchlings are gone. I believe both blades are gone, and there aren't any really creatures that do damage besides Oni, which I assume won't be able to come down anyway because he has board. And there's only one, so maybe cycle a bit there. But hiding's fine.
JKAN's got a lot of damage in that hand. He's got 2 Former Powers. He's got the Unbound Flames. He's got the Pyrrhic. Got the Ancient Text. Got an Oni and no other creatures.
Yeah. He does have. He should have. I believe he's played Street Conjurer this game. I'm not 100% sure, but he's running 2 Street Conjurers and an Academy Apprentice. So those 1-mana spells, if he can kind of time it properly, can do just so much damage. Okay. I have a feeling that Shadow Scryer is going to... Geez, his cutthroats are way on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge that he's got this Scryer because he's sent many cards down to the bottom of his deck that he just does not need in this matchup. If he wins, it's because the Shadow Scryer is just cycling every card in his deck until he can find the one he finally needs.
Right, both Dead Sentries, not fantastic in the matchup, and the second Rapture Dance, which would have been pretty horrendous, also not really high value.
Love that line. He gets the buff on the warded Reflection Elementalist.
Yeah.
He would have been happy with the Avatar as well. Would have been pretty bad if it hit that blade, but he had a 66% chance to hit something nice. This, I think, was definitely the one he wanted. Now he's got extra damage on board with ward.
He has Tracking Bolt in the Void. He can Tracking Bolt Unbound Flame's face, although he's going to burn 2 cards. He hasn't drawn his second Worm Breath, and he hasn't drawn his second Pyrrhic Knowledge. I mean, that is a way to just clean up the board entirely and put him in a pretty good spot, but he would have to use really high value resources. Okay. Wow.
That's Shadow Scryer, still alive. A cockroach.
Right.
I mean, you don't keep the Patient Pickpocket. You get rid of that thing, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you want the Cutthroat.
The only reason I think maybe he's thinking of keeping it is you can play it and then cheat it, but I'm surprised he kept. So he's actually going to draw. He's actually going to go straight for that line that I said. He's going to play it and then he's going to use his God Power on it just to try and steal a card. It's effectively like a Cutthroat, and he's not going to cheat it. He's actually going to drop the Avatar here? What? All right, I disagree with this line completely.
So both Pyrrhic Knowledge are gone, or Pyrrhic Knowledge, both Unbound Flames have been used. So he has to Pyrrhic Knowledge here for the third Unbound Flames, which he, oof.
But why keep the Patient Pickpocket then? Like, if you're going to drop the Avatar because he doesn't have anything to clear board, why not go digging for something more helpful? I don't know. It just feels like this thing's going to get killed. I mean...
Yeah.
I didn't mind just cheating it. And I don't know. I mean, it's definitely slower, but like I would have just sent it personally.
Yeah, he's putting him in a spot where if he plays Pyrrhic Knowledge, he's going to burn a lot of the cards in his deck. This is a really interesting line he's taking. So he knows he has the Archer, he knows he has God Power, so I guess it's not enough to kill it. Stone Skin Poison, I think he's used 1.
He can
pretty interesting.
He can kill this here if he went Dance into Ranger into just trading the Archer or the Avatar.
Yeah, which is actually a really good line because that Rapture Dance is pretty zero value.
And I hate Oni. I'm terrified of it. I'm killing that thing immediately. I'm slamming that Rapture Dance.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think that is definitely the line. 'Cause if he uses his god power, it's going to be hidden. It looks like
Nice.
he heard you, and he's taking that line.
You're
I like
welcome, Caution. In case anyone's worried that he actually heard me. They are on a 10-minute delay.
So JKAN has Worm Breath in the Void. He has one spell boost. If he Cutthroats, steals Pyrrhic Knowledge, he can Cutthroat again and steal the other one. If that's something he wants to do. He does burn a bit of his deck, but he's not really worried about it because he's okay. So plenty of favor to buy something from the Sanctum, although everything in the Sanctum has 1 health except the Wiccan Trapper.
Yeah, Wiccan Trapper has 2.
Yeah, which going with the Card Shark, interesting. Ooh, that Rune of Fire is looking very nice. And whoever shuffled Caution Fun's list did a horrible job with the Cutthroats. They are just way down on the bottom.
I mean, I just feel like that's a reason why you should have sent that Ancient Pickpocket. But I don't know.
Yeah. So the race to Rune of Fire, I don't see how JKAN gets there first.
Did I just hear a helicopter?
Maybe... yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Sam is coming to you live from the middle of an airport, I think.
Airfield.
Airfield,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yep. Okay. Could be trying to force him to waste
A Pyrrhic.
Yes. Although he will get Rune of Fire. He's gonna.
Yeah, I don't know. This
next.
is scary. If he does that, I mean, he's gonna get 2 1/1s himself, and Caution can't really deal with them. Like, Caution's all in here. Like, doesn't Pyrrhic just kind of?
Yeah. So the 2 1/1s don't really matter a whole bunch. He has the Beguiling Blade in hand and God Power, so he can effectively make them dead cards. They're just free favor for him. And if JKAN has to burn 5 cards off the top of his deck, it's kind of a pretty big deal.
True.
But he can definitely Palace Wand this turn. We saw the Counterfeit played. That way he can kind of get his pieces together a bit faster. And the Pyrrhic Knowledge synergizes so well with the Palace Wand. He's not going to take the line.
Wow. So are we going to see Caution look at the Pyrrhic Knowledge?
Okay.
And see what was obliterated or not?
I think so.
It's a misstep that every other player has made in this tournament.
It took so long.
He really did.
Why? People are... So he can't play the Rune of Fire this turn.
Wow.
Doesn't get the Palace Wand up in
There's
time.
the Cutthroat.
They get the favor. Oh.
Does not
brutal.
look to see what was obliterated. But will happily grab that Pyrrhic Knowledge. I mean, the rest of his hand is just dead.
Yeah. Doesn't play the Palace Wand.
FakeMews standing by that it's game theory optimal to wait 4 turns before you check to see what was obliterated. Double Beguiling Blade here.
Wait, why not?
I mean, you got nothing left. I mean, it feels strange to be the Deception control player with sitting with just a Pyrrhic Knowledge.
But JKAN has... Look at his deck.
Oh.
He has 3 or 4 cards left. You can buy Rune of Fire, do a tiny bit of damage, but his spell boost is gone. His creatures have no damage, and nobody cares what was obliterated. I care.
I care as well. Very strange that no one of the players seem to care. Kind of important, but there it is.
Doesn't play
JKAN
Palace
throws in
Wand.
the towel.
Okay, he has no cards left.
Wow.
Makes sense.
We ran out of cards. Game over indeed. That is Caution taking down game number 2. He is 1 game away from being crowned player of the year. JKAN will have to reverse sweep. Caution has 1 deck left. So which deck is JKAN going to have to farm in order to
Control nature.
Control nature.
Yes.
Are we going to get to see Winter's Bounty?
We are not. We're going to get to see Dionysus. We're going to get to see Ethereal demos, 2 hunts, 2 pack successions. Pretty low curve actually for Control Nature, but no Winter's Bounty.
That surprised you?
Kind of. But cautionfun has been putting, I guess, the least greedy cards he can in his control decks. They've all been very aggro conscious, so he has a lot of removal for early. He's running 2 Vanguard Axewomen, or 1 Vanguard Axewoman. He has Void Hate, Fey Flame Blade, Canopy Barrage, so pretty interesting. I like the list. He has 8 2-drops, where Winter's Bounty is nice, but if your opponent has board and the 6-drop or the 6-cost spell you play is just heal yourself a bit, you're just going to take quite a bit of damage the turn after.
Wow. And here we go. We are underway. Game 3. This is a do-or-die game for JKAN. Caution sitting comfortably in the driver's seat. Just needs to get a single win with his Control Nature list. I love Control Nature. Seems like he got a good opening hand here. I saw that Underbrush Boar was in his hand.
Canopy also.
Canopy also.
So light can be harder to deal with, right? You have the warded, you have protected.
Very true. And he's going second.
Yeah, exactly. Oof, that Underbrush Boar is just so good here.
Oh, and the Pyramid, well, he's just going to get it. Oh my god.
Yeah. He's going to Underbrush Canopy.
That's so brutal.
Really is.
But he is now kind of out of resources. He has no turn next turn, really.
Well, he has board, he has God Power, and then he has Falling Star on 4 and Falling Star on 5 to just go really wide and kill whatever's the strongest.
You swing here with the boar?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Got a God Power.
Well, God Power doesn't accomplish a whole bunch. It removes ward. I guess if he top decks a Canopy Barrage or a Lightning Strike. But I wonder if you Briar here, just so you can trade.
But does that just murder you on... Well, I guess he has 2 pips. Sorry, never mind. He only has 1 pip. He's got 2 pips. But no, he's going to do the God Power.
Okay, that's actually... It plays to his outs. If he top decks a Blade, he'll be able to kill the Pyramid Warden, and kind of makes it look like he has a Blade, right? If I'm JKAN and I see Caution just ping my Hyper Knight, maybe I take a slightly more cautious line than what I would have taken.
Yeah, and he doesn't. He says, you don't have Blade, I doubt it. And that Fester is terrifying.
Yeah, and that's going to hit the Highborn Knight because it has a 1 more health.
Luckily, he can give it burn next turn. But you can pop Fester off so high that, like, it's possible that 6 burn might not even kill it. In a single turn. It will kill it in 2 turns, but I mean, that's a lot of damage that's going to get through first. Oh, he does trade, so now it's going to be low on health. Although he heals it with the CERN. Draws tons of cards.
Yeah, it's such a good spot for aggro light here with Asterius already in hand.
Yes, I mean, I think that Thester is going to survive. Well, he doesn't have any. Well, he's got 1 Humble Benefactor. Yeah, so Thester is going to live.
Yeah, and that Canonize also, right? You can just rip the Canonize, and it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so pack succession.
The strongest. So this will attack Thester.
Right, but there are a handful of cards that will not kill it.
Yeah, some
or
with 3.
Maybe just. So there's the Tainted Treant, right? It's a 5-mana 2/4 wild.
There's the 3/5 with Frenzied thing, right?
With Frenzied.
If your Frenzied deals 3 to each. Is that a 3/5?
That's a 5. That's a 4/3.
Oh, 4/3. Yeah. You're right.
Was Okay, so the lowest roll will not kill it. Everything else should trade into it. Moose, Veil Warden.
Ooh, I like the pack succession here. I mean, it's 1 out of, I don't know, let's say 10.
Okay. Oh, the 3/4 spider, right?
3/4 spider.
Angry hippo.
Okay.
Silk spite.
Not to gamble, but this feels like a gamble in and of itself. It only needs 3 health, 3 little creatures. So he's got the Humble Benefactor. He's going to have the fellow Janissary. He could definitely pump it and keep it alive. Again, using Canonize is just,
pretty huge.
Canonize is going to make that into an 8 attack, plus he can then, he has no pip, so he can make it into an 8 attack though, and that's just enormous.
Yeah.
8/7.
It's going to take it out of lightning strike range, which is huge. His badgers are maybe the line of going wider is better, because it's going to buff Thester Jr. also. So
true. Yeah, Thester Jr. does die to a single badger right now. If he can get...
Yeah.
Interesting. He trades with Thester.
Okay, that is interesting. So he is letting Thester go? Or maybe allowing for value trades here. And he can bump the health of the 2/2 also? Or trade with CERN?
He can also grab that Rune of Life and heal something and draw a card, which I think we're going to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, he can actually heal Thester. Wow.
Yeah.
That is
so
oh no, but it's only 6. It died anyway. Oh no. We were both under the impression there that it had slightly higher health.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's moderately important that just happened. If that had lived with 1 health, yeah, I think that's just GG's. But now suddenly the biggest threat is off the board.
Well, he does have Asterius next turn. So best case scenario, he removes 2 creatures from the board. He can't get anything from the Sanctum yet. He can Lightning Strike the Thester Jr. and trade out a 2/2, preferably the one with Ward.
Oh, he gets the... Is this going to swing a second time?
Yes, when the Badger swings, if it goes face, it will swing a second time.
Oh, no. Well, even if it hit a creature, it would have gone a second time. Yeah, a creature that lived, if it hit CERN.
Yeah, creature that lives. Right.
Yes, I mean, it could have killed, and yeah, he went for CERN, but oh no, here comes Asterius.
Right. Such a huge turn.
That's a dagger.
12 damage face. Pretty much puts Caution Fun on a 1-turn timer. Like, can you deal with this stuff? Lightning Strike is okay.
Compost Charm, a bit of an interesting out. He does get to heal for 10.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah. Okay, I'm a bit behind you. That is 100% one of his very few outs here. Takes out Asterius.
And he gets a random card, so he could potentially get something interesting.
Right, that's right. He had all those Badgers, so his Void is
it's
good.
Gotta have 8 in there, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hopeful Druid. Not what he wanted to see, probably.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, I mean, he survived that turn where we thought he probably wouldn't, so that's a good top deck.
Very few outs, but he got there. I wonder if you canonize your warded creature, knowing that there is very, very little that nature can do with that, right? You have a very large creature. You just saw Lightning Strike go. It has a ward and protected.
Yeah, it just
and he can ping off
a demo.
The Jaguar. Yeah, exactly. And doesn't care about the demo. If I'm Caution Fun here, I am just assuming that he has Radiant Dawn, which makes demo feel less good.
Yeah, I like Canonize in the form of power. Just clear off the lethal
or
prowler,
even just to be more difficult, you can give health to CERN. That lethal prowler can't attack until Caution Fun establishes another creature, which I don't think JKAN is going to let him do.
Yeah, I like this line even more.
Kind of plays around Enchanted Vines. But Caution Fun is not running Enchanted Vines, so.
That looks like this one is going to be in the books. Yep, Caution just going to go ahead and pass. And that does it. Game number 3, JKAN. Can he make an epic comeback? He now has 2 more decks he needs to play. Caution has to continue on with the control nature list.
Yeah. And cautionfun did go second. But his starting hand wasn't bad, right? Underbrush Boar, Canopy Barrage. He even had
double Fallen Stars.
Yeah, so he was able to go wide, forcing Light to slow down and trade. But that CERN was actually a pretty big swing turn there, where he was able to draw 2 cards, refill his hand, deal with the board, and kind of just reestablish the pressure.
Wow. Like, JKAN is still looking at his victory screen here.
Maybe he's just got up doing like a dance, didn't get swept, feels like a good man.
Yeah, he's still just admiring the word victory. Maybe he thinks he won the whole tournament. It says victory on screen.
Doing a victory lap around the house.
Someone's got to go rein him in, tell him he's actually got to win 2 more matches still. All right, he finally hit continue.
So, without Winter's Bounty, the Tempo Magic list is a lot stronger. At 20 health, swing turn, increasing your health total by 10, your health cap would have been really, really hard to play around, because generally you draw your pieces. Once you get through your deck, you send it all face and win. So without that, Control Nature has very little pressure, and it's going to give JKAN the time he needs to get those pieces together.
They are in the next match, but Caution has not flipped his screen, but I can see that JKAN is playing. I hope Caution does not forget to flip his screen.
Okay, we can see going first there on JKAN, which is good.
Awkward.
At least it's not a 10-minute delay, or there would be no way to reach out and let him know to push the button.
If this starts, which it appears to be starting, I'm just going to go ahead and bring this over here for the time being. We now have... Oh, now it also screws up the other way that the other one looks. They're all screwed up. Come on, Caution. Come on, buddy. You're ruining everything.
Nobody's going to see what I'm playing.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, Caution.
So pretty rough there. Fayt Flameblade, definitely one of the better answers for the Shadow Scryer. And super slow turn by JKAN.
Yeah, we're on turn 3 already. Fill me in on what's going on.
So turn 1, JKAN plays Shadow Scryer. Perfect counter.
Fayt Flameblade.
Cautionfun, Fayt Flameblade. Yeah, really strong. I like this line. Plays Martyr, probably gets second Corellis. Cautionfun has a lot of answers right now. Canopy Barrage, Pack Succession, Lightning Strike, and Vanguard all can be played pretty early. You can fight for the board. JKAN is not getting the draw that he needs.
I find a card like Pack Succession very interesting. I mean, Nature, of course, has tons of random, damage spells where the damage kind of goes wherever it wants. But Pack Succession feels even like an extra level of gambly in that you don't know what creature's going to come out. It could be like the Tainted Treant, which is absolutely terrible.
Right.
It could be a First Phoenix, which sometimes is very interesting, but most of the time is not very good. Feels very gambly for a Player of the Year tournament, but...
Yeah, and JKAN gets the Rune of Fire, which is really good.
He gets the Rune
you can
Moth.
save it for one big swing turn.
Yeah.
Huge.
Gets the Rune Moth right back in hand. He could potentially get even more Rune of Fires.
Right. I wonder if he goes with the Star Shard Bolt or throws out the Rune of Fire for that, but I kind of like... Ooh, he can go pretty wide here, actually. Yeah, I like this. We are far away from the hunt. A whole turn, so there's plenty of time to draw that Oni.
Oof. Oni would be devastating.
Yeah.
Does he play Pack Succession here? I mean, it hits the 2/2, leaves something on board, presumably. I don't think there's any 5. Well, First Phoenix, but at least would leave an egg.
Yeah. Magic has a really easy time dealing with First Phoenix of like But
Yeah.
it does put a body on the board that he does have to deal with, although it looks like he's probably going to get another rune, which is pretty huge.
True, he does not want that rune moth to live. He's trying to find a path to get around it, and technically, yeah, not without using his pip. He could use his pip and deal with it. He could swing twice with the blade, use pack succession, pip.
Maybe
Nope,
he
that doesn't
lightning
do it.
strikes here. Axelman, lightning strike, pip, god power, swing the rune moth. But that is, you have to trade your Axelman in first to kill the 1/3 to take the health off. Okay, different line, saving pip. It's understandable.
Wow. Let that one run down to the wire.
Yeah, interesting line there. I don't know. I guess saving his pip for Therial or Demo, just holding on to it. That's double Pyrrhic Knowledge, which is pretty strong
It's that
here.
rune of strength. JKAN now sitting on tons of free runes, which just feels great. Meanwhile,
Yikes,
Caution
and that
top decks that 9
Yeah.
drop brick. That's going to be sitting in his hand for another 8, 9, 10 turns.
This seems like a great hunt turn. There's not going to be a lot of targets to hunt, and you're 2 damage shy of getting just full value, but because of the board, there isn't really anything else that's seems like a worthy play.
Yeah, Caution's hand though terrifies me. Like, what do you do against? I mean, we could see like a Leyhorde hatchling here, and then just pump it, and then I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have any more spells, but he's got the pack succession. That's it. But luckily, JKAN just floats 4 mana, which is huge for Caution.
Yeah, he can
Martyr and God Power just heal 1.
I wonder if he just packs successions here and hopes to get, because the Martyr into Martyr almost wastes a Martyr, because you only get 1 back and 1 is obliterated. So if JKAN kills both Martyrs at the same time, and a Caution Fun plays another creature, Caution Fun will have both Martyrs obliterated and receive 1 creature back in hand. If that's the line he takes, but he's just gonna heal. Yeah, that makes sense. JKAN finally finding draw, which is huge. I wonder if he's saving that restraint for Shadow Scryer. He does have 1 left, and it is a really good combo, or maybe even an Oni.
Right, meanwhile, Caution can clear board very easily with his Flame Blade and God Power. But like you said, if he drops another Martyr, it gets weird.
Yeah, and that Flame is really important. It's going to be really the only way he can deal with the Oni 100% of the time. You swing to break the Protected, assuming Ancient Text is coming on the Oni. Then you can play Pack Succession, which will hit the Oni. I mean, probably 90+% of the time, assuming he isn't able to get a hatchling down. Looks like he's going to hang on to that swing.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get that Archer back from the Martyr. Well, he's thinking about using that swing. He sees the relic removal in the Sanctum, so if he doesn't swing, it's likely just going to get knocked off anyway.
Very true.
He decides to grab the Rune of Sight for himself. I like it. He can play it right away. Jason and Pack Succession. He does not need Jason. He needs to survive. Pack Succession, he's already got one, and it's not being super helpful right now. Instead, he gets Kaya, which could be helpful against non-warded creatures. However, that's exactly what JKAN has right now, so it could be helpful.
JKAN finally finds the Palace Wand. We can see 0 Relicate, so he can get his draw set up.
Is Caution going to just play Kaya here? And if so, do you trade in the Martyr first?
Before you Kaya?
Yeah. Do you see if the Kaya? Well, I guess you have to trade it in at some point, right? Because what if Kaya leaves it up?
Right. Yeah. I think.
Well, it gets obliterated anyway. But yeah.
Oh. All right. Kaya is probably not the line here. It's a decent looking lightning strike though.
I mean, he's got Archer plus Boar plus God Power as well.
Oh wow, and he gets the Gleamweaver. That's so good in this matchup. He's going to be able
to save the lightning strike.
Lightning strike 4. That's a pretty high value lightning strike. You're taking draw, frontline, 5 damage off the board.
What's wrong with my line?
Well, play Kaya. What was your line?
No.
I'm sorry.
Ranger, Boar, God Power.
You get bored. You lose your Underbrush Boar. Underbrush Boar is going to deal with.
I guess JKAN doesn't really. He doesn't run demos, right?
Yeah, no demos.
Okay. That's fair.
That was by far the largest creature he's gonna have to deal with. The Underbrush Boar goes through Ward, which is like maybe. I mean, I'm just trying to find.
No, yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. And what were you saying about that Gleamweaver? It's going to be able to obliterate cards from that Pure Knowledge?
Yes. Ooh, so that Worm Breath is not safe. That is... I doubt he's going to try and be too greedy and like, well, I'm going to save my my Gleamweaver for 2 Worm Breaths. I think he rips the Gleamweaver here. He makes that Pure Knowledge just a bit worse.
But if you don't save it for both, isn't it almost ineffective? Because then he can just double Pyrrhic on the next Worm Breath?
True, but it buys you more time. He has both Compost Charms still in his deck, and he is at 18. You can see both Pyrrhic Knowledge in hand. He has the Rune of Fire and the Hatchling. He can send quite a bit face next turn. So cautious fun is taking a very safe line here. Yeah, so I don't hate it, but like I do understand
bad ordering,
trying to wait to get as much value as possible.
He had to confuse his own Gleamweaver.
Yeah, that sucks. That is bad ordering.
Yeah, if he had played the Fey Flame Blade first, would not have had to have a confused Gleamweaver.
So he has a Martyr in the Void right now also, so that's actually he is going to be able to obliterate both.
That makes the misplay of the Fey Flame Blade coming down second even worse, because now he's going to get back a confused Gleamweaver.
Right, yeah. So JKAN can send lower value spells and Hatchling Face for quite a bit of damage with a spell boost. I mean, the Gleamweaver could just go face and miss, right? Which would be a huge bummer. Yeah, I don't, okay.
People in chat saying you can't Fey Flame Blade with no creatures on board.
Yeah, right.
That's not true. That is not how Fey Flame Blade works.
Yeah. You're going to confuse the new players. And so he takes just this super aggressive line that he has been taking fairly consistently, where it's like, I don't know if you have it, but we're going to find out. I don't hate sending the Hatchling here also. That way he can draw. Is he counting for lethal here? Rune of Fire. 8.
That's lethal. Or wait. Oh, no.
He's not going to have enough mana. He's doing it. And then Hatchling? I don't understand. That's just... Okay. Wow, that is a beautiful Underbrush board, but that will not heal him. He is in danger, and... So, we don't get to see what was burned, but 4 cards are gone. The Rune of Fire is gone, the Worm Breath is gone. He has Ancient Text. Wow, that's actually pretty great. Although I don't know if it's going to be enough. It isn't, because he has Lethal in hand, right?
Wow.
Unbound Flames, Pyrrhic Knowledge. That's why he did it. He was thinking ahead.
Does he know he just drew a card?
Maybe he's just trying to get in his head. I don't know. But it's there, right? 5 and then 6.
Looking in the void for but he's got.
You got it in your hand.
You've got it in your hand. You've got it, buddy. You've got it.
All right.
Even I can do this math.
What
is he doing? Is he gonna miss this lethal?
No, he won't.
I'm getting really nervous. What is he doing?
I mean, if he
He
doesn't,
missed the lethal. Wait, he grabbed the lethal hatchling.
yikes!
He missed the lethal.
Oh no. Okay. So pretty unfortunate. Just because there is Vow in the Sanctum, which is going to heal.
And compost charm top deck. Oh
Ugh.
my god.
Okay.
And the vow of champions could even be used to. I mean, yeah, he can vow. He can compost. He can.
I don't see how caution loses at this point.
That's insane. That's insane. No way. Are we missing something? I don't think we are, right?
Paid actor. They just want my calls to be 100% wrong. I think I had JKAN first and HPain third, and I don't think that's how it's gonna go, which is fine because it's not about me. Everybody makes mistakes. Hopefully he can learn from it. But yikes, went from having lethal to not even being close.
Wow. Brutal.
Brutal.
I mean, he plays on Bound Flames. I mean, does he finally see it?
Caution still has Martyr in the Void, so he's gonna get something back. He's gonna have a body on the board. Ugh.
Gets the board back. Wow.
Heals 3. Okay, well, right, you either win or you learn, so hopefully you can learn a bit off this one.
All right, people in the chat are being way too nasty to JKAN. I mean, yes, he made a misplay, but which one of you hasn't made a misplay? Calm down, everybody.
Yeah,
I
make
mean,
them all the time.
Yeah, like he won one of the top.
Oh my gosh!
16...
He just got Winter's Bounty off of his compost charm.
That's pretty disgusting. Heal for 30
randomly
for
generated. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yeah, but I mean, at this level, if you're going to miss lethal, like, you're going to get punished.
Yeah.
And we see it happening here.
Yeah.
So.
Just brutal.
Happens to the best of us. Oh, that was. Oh my gosh.
What a swing.
Yeah, interesting. Oni can still win the game. Okay, Nackarub. I like your positivity, but I mean, he has the Fey Flame Blade swing. He has 2 Underbrush Boar. I don't see it. Maybe it's possible. I don't know. Okay. Right, I see it now. Oh wow, that was brutal. All right. Well, I don't even know. You think the Oni can win the game?
Oni's terrifying. I mean, the Winter's Bounty draw is so, like, insane that, I mean, it feels a little unfair. But
did he give Oni Protected? No. Or he used the Ancient Text to clear? Okay, so he has 2 Underbrush Boar. Or he can just swing at the 5/1, play Falling Star, and an Underbrush Boar. Okay, I like this line too. Saves 5 damage to his face.
Oh wow, double. Whoa. It's an interesting line. Could leave Oni on board. Does not. Trades very nicely.
Yeah, wow. Those are some well-behaved boars. I need to get. I think I need to get a higher quality. They seem to.
Yeah, the more you pay for them, the more they listen.
Oh, that makes sense.
That was a wild game. I just still in disbelief.
Yeah. But yeah. Having a hard time wrapping my head around that. But I everybody makes mistakes even at the highest levels.
Oh
but
yeah.
definitely where you will get punished the most for your mistakes, as we can see in this game here. Well, Copper, you were right. Looks like cautionfun is going to take it.
I mean, JKAN, let's be clear, is still in second place. It's still going to take home a lot of money and prestige. Second place in this field is insane. So, I mean, like, anybody who's, like, giving him too hard of a time, like, okay, he just came in second place against literally the hardest field ever assembled. Like, maybe calm down a little bit. It's full value off that Winter's Bounty. And back to 40 health.
The randomly generated card.
And there it is. cautionfun is your 2022 Player of the Year. Congrats to cautionfun for coming in first place, taking down the title. Yes, huge games.
Well played, sir.
Wow. Wow. Well, we're actually going to have an interview with with the Player of the Year in just a second. But oh yeah, we also have a raffle for you guys. I've seen a lot of people in chat saying, when raffle? Is there a raffle? Well, yes. By the way, there is indeed going to be a raffle, and it's a Frost Queen Neferu. So get yourself excited for that.
Shadow Frost Queen Neferu.
Did I not say Shadow?
You did not.
Wow, it's a Shadow Frost Queen Neferu, by the way. Pretty freaking sweet. Not gonna lie.
That is a very nice card.
Let's go ahead and pull up the bracket, though, real quick. Oh, might not be updated, or maybe I need to refresh the cache every single time. Nope, okay, it's not updated yet. But cautionfun did take it down 3 games to 1. Very, very close. Very, very close. Do we have... No, we do not have caution yet.
It is a pretty big deal. cautionfun is the Player of the Year. He went through the toughest field all put together, and I mean, ran really well.
Raffle's
really
not
well,
open yet, guys.
Fantastic decks. Yeah, just a really strong player.
We're going to do the raffle after we do the interview. First, we're going to talk to Caution in just a moment. But, yeah, all the bots, get out of here. We are bringing him on shortly. I can't wait to talk to Caution. So well played. I mean, yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, huge prestige, like you said. I mean, this is only the second ever Player of the Year tournament, and only 2 people have that title, Player of the Year.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
And last year, oh, wait, do we have him? I think we have him, perhaps.
It's like he's loading in.
He's loading in.
Congratulations, cautionfun. Well played, sir. I had you picked for first the whole time. And you for second.
Oh, he's there.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
guys.
It's cautionfun.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I'm still a little shocked. Although I think I'm gonna wait until tomorrow to celebrate, just in case I wake up and find out HPain actually won.
Not a dream, sir.
I'm
You've taken it down.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I mean, how are you feeling though? You got to be feeling good.
I'm feeling grateful, man. I'm grateful to be invited here. Grateful for my teammates, helping me feel the most prepared I've ever felt coming into a tournament, despite the fact that I really haven't played much recently. That's, all credit to them there. And just grateful for the community here, hanging out, having fun. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and thanks for all the messages of support I've gotten over the past week. It's been really, really cool. I'm thankful for it.
Yeah. So with your teammates, you said like they really helped you prepare. You're an OG player in Gods Unchained. Maybe the OG. And this tournament was comprised of a lot of new players. You had Anti, HPain, standinkao, JKAN. How do you keep up with the ever-changing meta and all these player styles, all these new cards? You're an OG.
Like a lot of other people, I get most of my info from the Mudman's YouTube videos every week. What to play this weekend series there. Check it out if you haven't. Quick plug, sorry. Also, no, in all seriousness, the Mudman and I strategized quite a lot coming into the tournament, helping me, curate my my decks that I was going to submit, and yeah, I think it presented some problems for my opponents throughout. So yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of credit there.
I loved watching your deck lists. They were so intentional with all these very specific choices of just all these cards that you don't normally get to see. In fact, you were one of the only people, I think, to bring Control Nature. What was your thoughts bringing Control Nature with the meta the way it is right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's got a chance against, you know, other control decks. It can generate pretty insane amounts of value. And
we saw that with Winter's Bounty.
Oh man, no, that was sheer dumb luck, but I'll take it. No, yeah, but it presents a lot of problems for what I thought would be some of the more popular aggro decks, card draw magic and hidden rush deception, namely. And I mean, it was banned in half of my rounds, so I mean,
wow.
I guess people might have been intimidated by it or something, which allowed me to run the other decks that I like to play, you know?
Wow, that's awesome. You have...
your decks were actually the most balanced out of like there were a lot of really greedy control decks and a lot of really fast aggro decks, and like it wasn't quite mid-range, but you had a lot of low cost kind of early game just deal with this, and then just like a good late game. Really well put together. Yeah, kudos.
Cheers.
Yeah. And
I saw a couple of other folks try to go along those lines too. Like Clutch's magic deck, I think, is just awesome. Like, what a work of art! Just card draw magic plus demos and Theria.
right. Plus,
you know, yeah, definitely apply some early pressure and then be able to hang in the late game if it gets there. That was the thesis.
Yeah, and that worked out. Like, you both made it all the way to the finals. I was impressed. Yeah, really good. Congratulations. You've been making content and playing before I started, and it's super cool to see you take it down. Yeah, really well played.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, and taking on Hidden Rush with your Control Deception, your lists are just really good. That's my least favorite matchup, like playing Control Deception into Hidden Rush, because you're on such a short timer and you have so few tools, but you put the tools you needed in your deck, you're able to get good tempo swings. It was fun, and yeah, congrats, you were the favorite.
Man,
Chat.
Those games were sweaty for sure.
Yeah.
You actually now, with this tournament win, you have had over $3,000 in cash earnings since dating back to 2020. It's quite a resume. What would you say is your biggest edge when it comes to succeeding in GU tournaments? Asking for a friend.
My teammates, through and through. They, you know, whether it's sitting down and helping me strategize and prepare, or just, you know, supporting me throughout the tournament. Just, you know, you know, coming off of wins, you know, just being like, all right, like, let's get ready for the next round. And, you know, if something doesn't go my way, you know, just saying like, hey, we'll get them next time, you know. It goes a long way. And yeah, I can't give them enough credit. Very thankful for them.
Good attitude to have. And what in Gods Unchained, last question, what in Gods Unchained are you looking forward to the most in 2023?
Oh, just bragging.
No, you get that
really
I'm for a whole year.
That's right. I gotta pin a tweet or something. I'm just really looking forward to the continued development and maturation of the game. Hopefully, we see some of the things that I know you guys and I have been clamoring for in the Council of Mortals. You know, new game modes, mobile developments. You know, hopefully a lending market, whatever. I mean, the potential for this game remains sky high, and I'm just excited to watch the team and the community try to achieve it.
Awesome. Well, before we let you go, are there any shout outs you'd like to give?
Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, my teammates, you guys at Infinite Mana, putting on you know, giving us a great example of how to go about running a tournament. SamBam, Copper, you guys, excellent commentary throughout. Always appreciate it. And the rest of the competitors, I mean, these were so many amazing games throughout the 4 rounds there. And like, I mean, I hope people realize like every single player in this field is capable of winning any given tournament. And, you know, they all certainly brought their best, and you know, a lot of great attitudes too. And yeah, just really happy to be a part of it again. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Your 2022 Player of the Year, cautionfun. Thanks for joining us, Caution. I'll let you go pop some bottles and celebrate. Pin your tweet.
That's tomorrow.
I'll see you around, right, guys?
All right.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, 2022 Player of the Year, cautionfun. Love to see it. We've got some huge tournaments coming up in 2023, and we'll get to do this all over again. So make sure you guys stay tuned to infiniteMana.gg. Make sure you guys follow us over on Twitch at InfiniteManaGU, and you know, all the 8M players out there, follow them and stay in touch. Get ready for all the tournaments we've got coming up, some free-to-play friendly ones. And yeah, big shouts again to Aqua.xyz for sponsoring this Player of the Year Invitational. We almost didn't get to have a Player of the Year this year, but Aqua stepped up, and huge shouts to them. Also, Team Infinite Mana sponsored all these sexy raffles here. Speaking of raffles, Sam, is there a raffle we're supposed to do? I don't know. I can't tell from chat if there's a raffle we're supposed to be doing.
I'm not sure. I saw a wall of gimme, but I don't. Is it ready yet?
It's ready, and I also changed what you need to type in order to get it because people
Good.
were spamming the other thing.
Keep them on their toes.
Yeah. So now I'm changing it again.
Yeah, and just a huge shout out to Aqua.xyz. Not the first tournament that they've hosted. They are doing so much for the community, and it is the #1 marketplace to buy, sell, and trade your cards. And you can see our ugly mugs on there as well. So check it out. Yeah, they're doing a lot, and we appreciate it.
I have opened the raffle. ! Infinite raffle. Gimme, daddy.
Gimme, daddy.
Get yourself in the raffle. I'm only keeping it open for a minute here. Get in there quickly. We've got 50 people already pouring in. Get yourself in there. We got 100 tickets already. It's filling up quick.
So cautionfun.
Nope. Other guy. I'm the other guy from...
You're the other guy, right? It was like he was on that podcast thing, and then...
You're listening to Pods Unchained. We could have done a Pods Unchained episode, Caution. We missed out.
Copper pitch. Are you gonna be involved in the tournament scene this year? I know last year you weren't as much as you had been in the past.
No, I was. I just lost most of them very quickly.
Oh, okay.
If by involved you mean try and win more, then yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, I sat out a few of them, and I casted a lot of the Infinite Mana leagues instead of playing in them. That's true.
Right. Yeah.
I do enjoy the casting. I like being up here in the booth with you, Sam, and FakeMews, and you know, some other people. Apologies for anybody I'm forgetting, but yeah, we mostly Sam and FakeMews have been in the casting booth with me, and I love it. So I'm going to continue to cast things, but I will get my feet wet in some tournaments as much as I can. What about you, Sam? You gonna take down enough tournaments to get into the 2023 Player of the Year Invitational?
Yeah, I would have tried harder in this one, but I like casting also, and I wanted to make sure I could cast the finals with you. It was just an honor. So going
excellent
forward,
choice.
I will probably. No, I do really enjoy casting. It is fun. I do like tournaments. I actually really love tournament season. It's really stressful, but I feel like just the caliber of effort and deck quality that come out on ladder, and it's just better. I think it's better for the game, and I am so excited. Got some free-to-play stuff coming up. FakeMews has something coming up really soon.
We're going to raid him in about 2 minutes.
It's going to be good. Awesome.
So, yeah. Whoever's doing the raiding, get your fingers ready to raid, because we're going to draw the raffle winner right now, and then that's it for the 2022 Player of the Year tournament. So thank you, everybody. There's like 350 plus people out there watching, and you know, we couldn't do it without you guys watching out there in the chat as well. So big shouts to you guys. Here we go. I'm closing the raffle. It is now closed. Good luck to everybody.
Frost Queen Neferu.
Favorite card from this set.
So good.
Love it so much. I've also got myself a Frost copy, so or Shadow copy. So
nice.
Whoever wins this, we get to be twins. Here
Oh,
we
lucky.
go. And the winner of the Frost Queen Neferu is Lombuster.
Lombuster, let's go.
Congratulations. You've just won yourself a Frost Queen Neferu.
Awesome.
Hit up Vesper in the chat. Give her a whisper. I got to give a big shout out to the production team, too. I mean, for real, we've had just so much work going in every single stream. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And I really can't wait for future tournaments that we're going to be casting this year, because every single stream we've just been adding to the quality, and the people on the production team, Vesper, Valdez, Saints has been doing a bunch of stuff as well, adding in more and more every single stream, just trying to make it all better for you guys. So big shouts to the entire production team. So we're going to watch the trailer one last time, then we're going to be rating FakeMews. So get yourselves ready for some FakeMews action, because he's going to be breaking down the free-to-play tournament, free to enter, $1,000 on the line, and it's free-to-play friendly. So,
yeah.
Sam, that's it for us. We've done it. Any last words?
Last words. Yeah, okay. First of all, cautionfun, congratulations. You played so well. Your decks were very strong. JKAN, GG's, HPain and Clutch, GG's as well. Making it to the finals is huge. Upper pitch, thank you. You put in so much work, and you put in so much of your time. Yeah, thank you for letting me kind of hang out. It was good. It was fun.
Appreciate it, Sam.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next one.
Me too. Thank you for doing this, Sam. You did an excellent job, as always. And you did look better than me in every single event. But I did wear a tie this time. I tried to keep up. Don't tell anyone that the tie is tied longer in the wrong spot. I just kept that off camera. Never going to tell anyone. No one's watching. So.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. Oh, God.
Have a good night, everybody. Let's go see FakeMews. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Professor, win this game with exact lethal if he flips the coin. Professor, can he do it?
It's a tie and he gets the win!
Counting it twice. He's wiping tears out of his eyes, celebrating, popping bottles right now. And there it is. Clutch is your 2021 Community Tour Player of the Year.